on the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or gossip dough.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Yo, 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 yo! What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You feel me? What a show we got today, and you know what's going down. So guess what? Guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off now. Yeah! Oh my goodness! Oh, we have a show for you today, packed show. Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast where we talk about all the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. And how is everybody doing? It started off foggy. Now it's turned pretty today. At least, clouds gotten blue and, it looks real nice. Chilly outside, but it is Monday, January the 9th, 2023, beginning of another year. For most of us, particularly, I say this again and again, nothing moves faster than time when you are a grown-ass adult. But I hope everybody is doing wonderful. Again, like I said, it's a sunny day here in the Richmond, VA. And I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend as well. And I have to give, of course, shout outs to my fam, my Black and Gold fam, and my fam in general. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody is living wonderfully. And what can I say? It is that time for sports. Beginning of the year, we got the playoffs getting ready to start in football. NBA is leaning towards midseason. We have the college football national championship tonight. We had a Tank Davis fight on Saturday night. Ain't really much to talk about. Although I would like to get one of my homeboys on here and sooner rather than later, to have that boxing talk with us. But yesterday was a chill day, last day of Red Zone. To be honest, what am I going to do with myself between now and September? What am I going to do with myself for the next 8 months? As there will be no Red Zone. There will be no more 7 hours of commercial-free football that start right now. Yes, I'm excited about the playoffs, but, for 18 weeks out the year, I enjoy watching Red Zone so much, and I just don't know what to do with myself. Even though if you follow me in my home, I never stay still. I'm always doing something during Red Zone, but it's something when I'm washing clothes and I turn around and there's Red Zone. There's something when I'm fixing my kids' lunch and I turn around and there's Red Zone. What am I gonna do until September? September seems so far away. And it's just so sad. It's just so freaking sad. When I think about September, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be almost 2024, and I'm going to have to go all of those Sundays without 7 hours of commercial-free football. Oh no, oh no. Oh, I'll get over it. Yeah. Still got the NBA, still got March Madness. I'll get over it. I'll be fine. I'm going to miss it. Oh yeah, love my Red Zone, but I'll get over it. But anyway, are you guys ready to enter the realm of sports? I'm ready. You ready? We ready? They all ready. Let's get to it. As I just finished complaining about, the NFL regular season is now over. For shizzle. Yes, but it did not come without drama and some surprises. So let's do this week 17 review. But hold up, my bad. Hold up. Prediction League is now finished. This is a Prediction League Monday. Final one as far as the regular season is concerned. And yes, I'm going to be a bit braggadocious because in this 8-person competition, I won.
Yeah, ho.
Say it again.
Yeah, ho.
Yeah, I told y'all this is what I do. Genius at work, but definite thank yous go to Sean, David, Tony, Calvin, Marcus, Marquise, and Aaron. Good season. But as I told you guys when I first started this league, y'all ain't on my level. Y'all are not on my level. I tried to tell y'all this, but I had people like Marquise who wanted to talk shit. I had people like Tony who's like, yeah, whatever, you cheating. I had people like Aaron wanting to know what the stats were. You own up, bro. Oh, man, but you know what? In all seriousness, while I'm glad that I won because I flexed my prediction skill muscles, I'm actually a little disappointed that I won because I wanted to give the winner a trophy and a t-shirt, definitely a trophy, but would have liked to give it a trophy and a t-shirt. I'm not going to give that to myself. I'm not stuck on myself. No, I mean, just me being able to say, I beat your ass. I beat your ass. I beat your ass, my niggas. I beat your ass. Now, let me give you the final total count as yesterday's game, week 18, was a three-way tie for first place between moi at 11, Brother Sean, and Mr. Marquise. We all had 11 right. And coming in at second place, if you will, it was a three-way tie for second place as well between Tony, Calvin, and Aaron. And then we had Marcus at 8 with 8 right, and Cousin David coming in at last place with 7. I mean, damn, cuzzo. But, what is what it is. But the final score count for the season was moi at 167. Cha-ching. Sean in second place with 157. Marcus in third place at 156. Marquise in fourth place with 153. Calvin in fifth place with 149. Tony in sixth place with 142. David in seventh place with 137. And Aaron in last place at 135. But I also have to keep in mind, in fairness to Aaron, there was a week where Aaron did not pick any games. So in fairness to Aaron. But yes, I am your champion. You will praise your champion. You will revise, or what the fuck ever I'm trying to say, to your prediction league champion. I am the best. I am the man. I told you motherfuckers that this is what I do. Biatch. Okay, that's all the gloating that I will do, at least until they get on the phone. Well, let's start off this week in review with Saturday's games. The early game, the Kansas City Chiefs were able to clinch the number 1 seed by beating the Las Vegas Raiders 31-13. And for the Chiefs, just another year, 7th straight division title. The road through the AFC playoffs technically will go through Kansas City. But now I know everybody knows about what happened last Monday, that absolute tragedy that stopped one of the biggest games of the year, if not the biggest games of the year, between Cincinnati and Buffalo, the situation with Damar Hamlin. And we are so thankful that young brother is getting better. He's on the road to recovery, because on Monday night we had literally thought that we had watched somebody die on national television, and they had to revive him literally on the field. So, and technically we did see somebody die on the field on Monday night, but they did what they needed to do. The NFL did what they needed to do by not continuing that game, especially if you looked at the players' faces. You could clearly tell that they were looking at something that they hadn't seen before. Now, again, the most important thing is that Damar Hamlin's health is coming back. I mean, bro had to be revived on the field. He had to be on a breathing machine, and then 50% of his breathing came back, and now he's up, awake, he's speaking, he's tweeting, and the whole NFL was very classy as far as showing their support to Damar Hamlin, and what was probably one of the more scary things that you will have ever seen on live television. And again, everybody, the whole world right now is Hamlin strong. Be that as it may. Now let's talk about the football logistics of it. Skip Bayless, timing is everything, idiot. I don't like the way the NFL dealt with the continuation or lack of continuating. They decided not to make up. They decided not to finish that Bills versus Bengals game. I mean, it is what it is. You know, we're going to enjoy the football. We're going to enjoy the playoffs regardless. I do not like the way they handled that because I think that could have been finished on the field because Buffalo could have been number one overall and got the bye week had they won out. Cincinnati could have been number one had Kansas City maybe stumbled. That may not have happened, but Cincinnati could have very well been a number 2 seed, and Buffalo could have fallen to number 3. So we got the scenarios, neutral site championship game if it's between Buffalo and Kansas City or Kansas City and Cincinnati. I don't think it's actually going to get there. I'll explain that later. But as a result, Kansas City clinched technically the number 1 seed by beating the Raiders. Again, the Raiders, they have question marks on what they're going to do going forward with the quarterback. You can assume that the Derek Carr era in Raider Nation is over. Battle for the title in the AFC South between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. The Jacksonville Jaguars pulled off one of the more stunning turnarounds in recent NFL history. They were left for dead, and they completely turned it around and won the AFC South with a winning record. They finished at 9-8, and the Tennessee Titans have an unbelievable collapse. The Titans were 7-3 at one point. They lose 7 straight games, even though they had a very good game plan with Joshua Dobbs as their quarterback, not Ryan Tannehill or Malik Willis. But at the end, the Jacksonville defense, that young, fast, hungry defense, helped Dougie P and Trevor Lawrence. Because I'll tell you what, Jacksonville won that game, but it won't because of Trevor Lawrence. Because Trevor Lawrence was missing wide open throws. Jacksonville's defense just would not be denied. A turnover late in the game and a scoop and score make the Jags the AFC South champions.
Excellent.
Go into the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Congratulations to Dougie P. He's a hell of a coach. And I think for the first time really since the Jacksonville Jaguars came into the NFL in 1995, you really see them heading in a positive direction, and they should be all right for years to come with Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson as their coach. On the Sunday's games, Tom Brady said, hey, I'm going to play. There was no reason for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to play. It wasn't going to improve their seeding. By no means. Their seeding wouldn't decline with a loss. Brady played the majority of I think he played the whole first half and into the second half. But guess what? The Atlanta Falcons actually closed their season off with a win, beating the Buccaneers 30-17. So I guess something positive to build on if Desmond Ridder is going to be your quarterback of the future. But Tampa Bay will host a playoff game next Monday night in Buffalo. Think about all of the range of emotions that were going on with the Buffalo Bills over the last 6 days. From Monday night, seeing from your teammate, for all intents and purposes, die on the field, get brought back to life, be on a breathing machine 100% of the way for the first 24 hours, and then his health steadily improved to the point where, like I said earlier, he's speaking, he's communicating with his teammates, and they had a must-win game if you wanted to have the number 2 seed, and an even more must-win game against the New England Patriots, who were fighting for their playoff lives. The opening kickoff by Nyheim Hines was a touchdown.
And I know this is your time. You'd like to keep us updated.
Yeah, we'll keep everybody posted on Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Miami and the Jets were underway as New England decided to defer after winning the toss. And here's Hines on the run back, breaking a tackle and taking it past midfield. And down the sideline he goes. This is storybook. An opening kickoff return for Damar Hamlin. And this place is absolutely going wild. Guys, through the week, the positivity, the game's going to be played. How will it go? And Hines breaks it 96 yards for a touchdown.
Do you think he just allowed everyone to take a deep breath on the Buffalo sideline?
I mean, you cannot make that up. You cannot make that up. So Nyheim Hines ends up bringing back 2 kick returns for a touchdown. And they actually needed them both because, when I first saw that touchdown, the opening kickoff touchdown, I said, my apologies to any Patriot fans. Lord, Buffalo is about to beat the living shit out of y'all. But New England, credit to Bill Belichick, always having his team prepared. They were ready to play. It was a good game. Buffalo was just too much for them. And the Bills ended up winning 35-23 for Damar Hamlin, clinching the number 2 overall seed. Now, what did that mean for the teams that were involved rooting against the Patriots, like the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers? Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers handled their business against the Cleveland Browns 28-14 as the Steelers. I don't know how Mike Tomlin does. No, I know how Mike Tomlin does it. He's one of the great coaches ever. Still, when the Steelers were left for dead, 4-8, bad start to the season, the Steelers put themselves in position to make the playoffs, and they locked up another winning season for Mike Tomlin, 9-8, beating the Cleveland Browns. The Miami Dolphins, remember, they were my dark horse. They were 8-3. They were rolling. Then all of a sudden, a tough part of the schedule kind of exposed the Dolphins, if you will. No Tua. Teddy Bridgewater breaks a pinky finger last week. They're playing the New York Jets, who themselves were eliminated last week. Didn't have anything to play for except pride and what was an ugly, gut-wrenching, grueling game. The Miami Dolphins beat the New York Jets 11-6, no touchdown scored. Of last-second field goal gave the Dolphins a 9-6 lead. That essentially was the game-winning kick, and then the New York Jets tried the old Stanford and Cal lateral all around the park thing, and it actually ended up being a safety, thus the 11-6 score. What does that mean? That means the Miami Dolphins are in the playoffs. Somehow, some way, Miami was able to scratch and sniff their way to a victory and a playoff berth as they capture the 7th seed in the AFC. The Minnesota Vikings, they locked up the 3 seed by beating the Chicago Bears 29-13, a game that was meaningless for the Bears, but the Vikings, they were playing for seeding. They ended up getting the number 3 seed. The Cincinnati Bengals, now with all of this chaos with the cancellation of the game because of the Damar Hamlin situation, Cincinnati found themselves in a pickle that they were not happy about, and I don't blame them because this was situations beyond their control, and the Bengals kind of got screwed out of a chance to at least be the number 2 seed, and the stipulations were if the Bengals lost to the Ravens yesterday, then that means because the Bengals will have played one less game than the Ravens, but if the Ravens had swept them in the season series, it would have taken a coin flip to see who played at home in a potential first-round playoff matchup. Well, the Cincinnati said to hell with that. They're still rolling. I believe in Burrow and them Bengals, okay? I believe in Burrow and them Bengals. They beat the Ravens 27-16. They lock up the number 3 spot. They are the AFC North champions, and they will have a rematch against the Baltimore Ravens next week. Will Lamar Jackson play? Won't he play? I'll get into the matchups in a bit. Battle of I don't give a fucks. The Houston Texans beat the Indianapolis Colts 32-31. This sums up the Colts season. It's 4th and 20. The Colts have the Texans backed up 4th and 20. Davis Mills throws a Hail Mary and they catch it for a touchdown. Then instead of going for the regular extra point, Lovie Smith says, what the hell? I'm going to go for 2 and win the game. And they converted. And on doing that, the Texans coming into the day would have had the number 1 overall pick. But instead of them winning and the Chicago Bears losing, they swap. The Bears now have the number 1 overall pick, the Texans number 2. And for Lovie Smith's troubles, what happened? He got fired. I mean, the Houston Texans continue to show what a joke of an organization that they have become. They've had 2 head coaches the last 2 years, both of them 1 year, then you're done. David Culley last year, black head coach, fired after 1 year. Lovie Smith, we all know who Lovie Smith is, successful black coach, gone, fired after 1 year with a roster that ain't nobody winning with. You're not giving these guys a chance, but you're just saying, well, hey, we've had black coaches, they just didn't work out. You've given them horrible rosters. So the Texans have the number 2 spot, and if you're a Houston Texans fan, I hope you're not upset that they won the game and they didn't get the number 1 overall pick. With the Bears having the number 1 overall pick, if they decide to keep the number 1 overall pick, the Bears ain't drafting a quarterback. They got one. So unless the Bears trade that pick, Houston Texans, you still going to get the first quarterback off the board, assuming the Bears keep their number 1 overall pick, because guess what? They got a quarterback. His name is Justin Fields. On to New Orleans. The Carolina Panthers ended the season on a high note, beating the New Orleans Saints 10-7. Good for Steve Wilks. That's all for the early games. The late games, my Denver Broncos actually won again. Ain't this a bitch? And I'm sitting here watching the game, watching the Broncos put up 30 points for the first time all season against the Los Angeles Chargers, who, for whatever reason, coming into that game, the Chargers knew they were locked into the 5th seed because the Ravens lost. They decided to play all of their starters anyway, and Mike Williams gets hurt. We don't know the extent of the injury, but once again, this is Brandon Staley trying to be the smartest person in the room, making the dumbest fucking decisions. And my Broncos, we're reportedly talking with Sean Payton about being a head coach. I will talk about that in the weeks to come if it is worth talking about. Good job, Denver. You finished 5-12 in a year. I picked you to win the division title, you fucking bastards, but I still love you, though. In Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles finally clinched the number 1 overall seed in the NFC, beating the New York Giants 22-16. Jalen Hurts finally returned to action, and they didn't do much with him. They knew the New York Giants, who did the smart thing, Brandon Staley. The Giants were locked into the 6th seed. They didn't play any of their star players to make sure that they were good going into the playoffs, Brandon Staley, you Dr. Dumb Fuck. And the Eagles win 22-16. They are number 1 in the NFC. They got the bye. Now, rest up Jay Hurts. Get better to make that Super Bowl run. You my MVP. Bird gang, bitch. Brrr.
Yeah, ho.
Yeah. And in San Francisco, the 49ers locked up the number 2 spot. Hey, look. I'm saying bird gang, bitch, but ain't nobody playing better in the NFL right now than the San Francisco 49ers. That is their 10th straight win. They demolished the Arizona Cardinals 38-13, excuse me. Again, number 2 overall seed. I've been saying this for the last 2 months. Maybe the last 2 and some change. I think I've been saying this since October. I said Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, NFC Championship game, collision course. Right now, feeling pretty good about that. In Seattle, the Seattle Seahawks. No, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm going to get off of that. Let me go to the nation's capital, where the Washington Commanders played a 3rd-string quarterback, Sam Howell, against the Dallas Cowboys, who coming into the game still had a shot to win the division, depending on what happened between Philly and the Giants. And with Dallas's first stringers in the game, they got their ass whipped by the Washington Commanders. 26-6, and as far as I'm concerned, the Commanders should have been playing for the job of Ron Rivera after making that dumbass decision to start Carson Wentz over Taylor Heineke. But be that as it may, if you a Dallas Cowboy fan, I wish I would hear you talking any shit about how about them Cowboys when you had your first team playing up against, the Commanders had their first team defense out there, but you had so much on the line and you laid an egg. Dak Prescott played horrible. Yes, you're still in the playoffs. Yes, you're a 12-win football team, but boy, I'll be so happy next week when y'all season is over. I said it this time last year. I'ma say it again this year. I'll be so happy next week when y'all season is over. Done. Kaput. Get the fuck out of Dodge. Anyway, on to Seattle. Everything on the line for the Seahawks. If you win, you needed a Detroit win over Green Bay to make the playoffs. Baker Mayfield and the Rams. Baker Mayfield, what is it, with the Panthers and the Browns? Baker Mayfield, the well-traveled Baker Mayfield, and the Rams put up a fight, went to overtime, but Geno Smith helped propel the Seattle Seahawks to a 19-16 overtime victory. The bad part is, with Seattle winning, that eliminated the Detroit Lions from making the playoffs. Those fighting Dan Campbells, those lovable Lions, Hard Knocks and all of that stuff, it was hard for you not to root for the Detroit Lions. So you say on Sunday Night Football, damn, the Lions are going to know that they've already been eliminated. They got nothing to play for. Well, Dan Campbell said this: if we don't go to the playoffs, they ain't going, and that them was the Green Bay Packers. But there's no way in West Bubba fucking hell that the Lions are going to go on Sunday Night Football and beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau with a playoff berth on the line. Think again. The Detroit Lions have every reason to pump their chests out and say, motherfucker, wait till next year. Wait till next season. The Detroit Lions beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau with the playoff berth on the line, 20-16. eliminating the Green Bay Packers from playoff contention and also giving the Detroit Lions a winning record for head coach Dan Campbell. He's one of those coaches that you would drop kick your grandmama for. They play hard as hell for this man. And Detroit Lions, remember, everybody laughed at the Jared Goff trade. Ha ha ha. Jared Goff can't win without Sean McVay. Ha ha ha. Bullshit. The Lions have their guy at quarterback. They have a great running back tandem. Jamal Williams broke Barry Sanders' touchdown record in a single season and went over 1,000 yards. DeAndre Swift is lethal. Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, those boys can play. If I'm a Detroit Lions fan, I'm disappointed we're not going to the playoffs, especially winning 7 of your last 8 games and still not getting in the playoffs. Ooh, you rue the day of that Carolina Panthers game. Otherwise, you would be in. But if I'm a Detroit Lions fan, I am saying, bitch, wait till next year because we in everybody's ass. And the Green Bay Packers, I've said this for the last couple of years now. This mystique about Lambeau Field that I used to hear all the time. Oh, you don't want to play the Packers in Lambeau in January. Who wants to play the Packers in Lambeau in January? I've said this for a couple years now. The Lambeau Field mystique is dead. It's gone. It's been gone for the last 20 years because I have 20 years worth of evidence to support my argument. Let me go over that real quick. In 2002, 20 fucking years ago, the Green Bay Packers had never lost a playoff game in Lambeau until one quarterback named Michael Vick and his Atlanta Falcons came in on a playoff wildcard weekend in Lambeau and walked the dogs on the Green Bay Packers. Home playoff loss number 1. 2 years later, Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss, wildcard weekend, home playoff loss number 2. Let's fast forward to the 2007 NFC Championship game. Brett Favre's last game as a Green Bay Packer. Loses the championship game at home to Eli and the Giants. Loss number 3. Fast forward 4 years later, again, divisional round at home, 15-1. Giants walk in, home loss number 4. Let's skip to 2013, 2 years later. Colin Kaepernick and them boys and the 49ers came into Lambeau Field. Wild card weekend. Playoff loss number 5. That was 2013. Let me think about it. Oh, the last 3 years. And well, this wasn't technically a playoff game, but NFC Championship game against Tom Brady and the Bucks. Home playoff loss. Divisional round last year against Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners. Home playoff loss. I don't want to ever hear about this Lambeau mystique again until they've gone a nice long stretch without losing a home playoff game, because newsflash, that's what they've been doing for the last 20 years, and it started with Brett Favre. And afterwards, Aaron Rodgers, well, you know, I've loved my accomplishments. You was talking that defeat shit before the game, and guess what? You lost. I don't know if you were trying to build an excuse for yourself, but dog, you know what? The Green Bay Packers need to cut their ties, trade Aaron Rodgers. Just tell them, just go on about your business, bro. Because Aaron Rodgers is doing the exact same thing that Jordan Love, what Brett Favre did to him. The last 3-4 years, well, I don't know what the future holds. Then if you're gonna retire, take your ass home. If you're gonna stay and play. But stop with all the theatrics, histrionics. Just go somewhere and do your shrooms, your sherm head. Okay? The bottom line is the Packers underachieved all season long. Y'all want to talk nostalgia with that Lambeau Field stuff? I'm talking reality. And the reality is Green Bay ain't going to the playoffs. That's the reality of it. So that is the 2022 regular season is wrapped up. Now let's get into some playoff matchings. Let's get into some seedings. In the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs, by hook or by crook, are the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Buffalo Bills are number 2. The Cincinnati Bengals, I believe in Burrow and them Bengals. They're number 3. The Jacksonville Jaguars are number 4. The Los Angeles Chargers are 5. The Baltimore Ravens are 6. And the Miami Dolphins are 7. In the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles are the number 1 overall seed. Number 2 is the San Francisco 49ers. 3 is the Minnesota Vikings, who nobody believes in. Number 4 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, getting in with a losing record. And we'll give Brady all the praise, blah, blah, blah. Number 5 is those Dallas Cowboys. Number 6 are the New York Football Giants, and number 7 are Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm not going to lie, as disappointed as I was with seeing Detroit not being able to make it, what a comeback story for Geno Smith, who was seen as a bust, now a Pro Bowl quarterback, and will be making his first ever playoff appearance. This is the NFL. Now, let's get into the matchups. The theme for Wild Card Weekend is, oh, I know you. Oh, I remember your punk ass. I remember you. First game up on Saturday, round 3 between the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. NFC West rivals. That's an interesting game. It's always interesting when you're playing a division rival in the playoffs. 49ers and beat them twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in the regular season. The primetime game on Saturday night, the Los Angeles Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They met early in the season, and Jacksonville stomped a mud hole in Los Angeles in SoFi. Think about the quarterbacks. Think about the quarterbacks in the AFC. The AFC quarterback game is a young man's spot. We got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert. They're making their playoff debuts. Then you got Lamar Jackson and Tua, assuming those two are healthy. The AFC quarterback playoffs is a young man's game. And again, primetime Saturday night wildcard matchup playoff debuts for both Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. On Sunday, 1 o'clock, round 3 between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. They split the season series. This is the rubber match, baby. And this is for all the coins. The Dolphins have to have Tua playing because they ain't going nowhere with Skylar Thompson as their quarterback. Buffalo might as well have a bye week. 4 o'clock game on Sunday, the New York Giants welcome back to the playoffs. Playoff debut for Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. They go to Minnesota. Remember, the Giants and the Vikings played a game to the very end on Christmas Eve, with the Vikings making, a 59-yard field goal for them to beat the Giants? This should be a good rematch. And the primetime game on NBC, the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. They split their season series 1-up. This is the rubber match. I believe in Burrow and them Bengals, but I would love to see Lamar Jackson back at quarterback for the Ravens. And Monday night's playoff game, they was going to drag this motherfucker out. The Dallas Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dallas and Tampa met week 1 on Sunday night. Tampa won 19-3. The Bucs have had a below average season. The Cowboys seem to be floundering. I'm borrowing Tom Brady for a week. So, what can we say? So the playoffs are set. The playoffs first round matchups, wild card weekend, is set. I'm gonna wait to pick my games. I definitely have to get my guys on the phone, but I would definitely like to do some individual shout outs as far as accomplishments in the regular season. Passing leader, Patrick Mahomes, 5,250 yards, led the league in passing. Second was Justin Herbert at 4,739. Brady comes in at third at 4,694. Kirk Cousins over 4,500 passing yards. Joe Burrow over 4,400 passing yards. The rushing champion for this 2022 season goes to Josh Jacobs of the Las Vegas Raiders, rushing for 1,653 yards. Derrick Henry coming in at second at 1,538. Nick Chubb of the Cleveland Browns comes in at 1,525. Saquon Barkley, what a bounce back year for him, coming in at fourth on 1,312. Miles Sanders for the Philadelphia Eagles finished fifth in the league in rushing with 1,269. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson took home the wide receiver yards title. 1,809 yards. They were talking about him messing with Megatron's record. It didn't happen, but he wins the title of best wide receiver yards-wise for the year. Second was Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins, 1,710. Third, Devontae Adams of the Raiders, 1,516 yards. A.J. Brown from the Eagles was fourth with 1,496. Stephon Diggs comes in at fifth with 1,429. And the sack leader for the NFL season of 2022, Nick Bosa of the San Francisco 49ers, 18.5. Hassan Reddick of the Philadelphia Eagles, tied with Myles Garrett for second, 16. Chris Jones had 15.5, and Matthew Judon had 15.5 as well. Interceptions leader is a four-way tie for first in the league between Justin Simmons of my Denver Broncos, Minkah Fitzpatrick of the Steelers, C.J. Gardner-Johnson of the Eagles, and Woolen of the Seattle Seahawks. Patrick Peterson had 5 to round out those statistics. What a season. It's postseason time now, baby. So let's get it. And I told y'all last week that we would be doing more of the group calls. So they talking right now. So guess what? I did it again 2 weeks in a row. Brother Sean, couldn't David, what it do?
Hey, what's good? Number one seed, motherfuckers, was good.
Hey, he said it last week. We said who gonna win the game. He said, "God damn it, motherfucker, we better win." And God damn it, motherfucker, they won.
God damn it.
And all the bullshit aside, how about the Commanders?
How about the Commanders?
How about the Commanders? How about the boys? How about the Commanders? I think we all got boys too.
How does it feel to be the only team in the damn division that ain't made the playoffs? That shit's weird. Got to feel.
Ain't that some shit? The only team in the division that didn't make the playoffs.
That's crazy.
But unfortunately, and I hate to say this, David, you a Patriots fan. Your team is the only team in your division that didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, it happens.
Nope, you know what? I'm so wrong. You know what? Forgive me. Slap me upside the head because the Jets didn't make it neither. My bad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fine with that.
But anyway, the football season, the regular season is over. Wham. That hurts my soul. But as far as the prediction league goes, like I said earlier, Sean, me and you talked earlier. Yeah, I won. I came in first place. I did my thing. I told y'all what I do. Sean came in second place. And he's very proud of himself.
I am super proud of myself because I always suck at guessing games like that. But guess what? God damn it, I made it to second, so I'm fucking excited.
What's going on in one of y'all background?
That's David.
What are you doing, David?
That nigga
smoking.
Oh, sound like you spanking.
I'm outside of the rim joint. I'm smoking.
That is the blackest answer you could have said in the world. Yes.
Yeah, I'm outside of the rim joint. I'm smoking.
That is the blackest answer ever. This nigga said, "I'm outside the rib joint."
It don't get black.
But yeah, Sean came in second place, and he's very proud of himself.
Yes, sir. I am.
David came in next to last place.
Because I think I was lied to. And, yeah, there it is.
No, David, sir, next season, you got to get your games up. You came in next to last.
Yikes.
Well, again, I still want a recount, and I don't want the people who recount the shit to be one of George Bush's people who should just kind of history.
Well, David, this is what happens when week after week after week you pick the Texans to win.
Hey, you know what? But they did win.
They won 3 games, sir. 3 games.
And you know what? I call all 3 of them.
Yes, you actually did.
There you go.
So, all right, so Sean, I'm gonna ask you first, bro. Okay, the Eagles are number 1 seed as we thought they would be. It just took a little longer, made it a little bit more interesting than it needed to be, but the right result happened. What was your takeaway from yesterday's game aside from Philadelphia handling their BI?
Well, of course, I thought the Bears going to the Cowboys because that's the first thing that came to my mind. Them catching that L for the Commanders, which I don't know why the fuck I picked that goddamn game for them to win anyway, because goddamn the defensive line is the strength of the Commanders, and for some reason the Cowboys can't seem to get it straight up on that first side. Congratulations to my boy Gino. Gino out here doing this thing, you know what I'm saying, making Russell Wilson and them look even worse. That Gino got in.
Lord, yes, he did.
Sorry for you, yo, baby.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, Gino earned it.
Yeah, definitely. That was good. So RIP to Mike Tomlin's perfect season thing.
No RIP. No, sir. No, sir.
Why not?
The Steelers had a winning record. When they won yesterday, their record was 9-8. They had a winning record.
I'm talking about getting into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, well, no. Yeah, well, I was talking about their record too, but yeah, it's good. You know, my bad. We get that, but you know, it's the first time he really ain't getting to the playoffs with them, and since he's been there, and that sucks. You know what I mean? But you know, and fuck the Texans for firing Lovie Smith, and I'm glad he gave him a good fuck you out the door about winning and getting them the second pick instead of the first one.
Hey, bro, you know I said something about that earlier. I said, if you're a Texans fan, what are you mad at? Because the Bears got the number 1 pick. I said, if the Bears keep that pick, they're not going to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, but again, the only thing about that is they can always sell it to the person behind them to be able to get the quarterback in front of them that the Texans may want. Because you know for sure the Texans getting the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, they have a couple of options. You could either go C.J. Stroud from Ohio State or Bryce Young from Alabama.
Yeah. And if you're the Texans, why would you don't want anybody in front of you taking the one that you want, because even if the Bears don't want it, they still can get who they want by sliding behind the fucking Texans and getting whatever pick they want, because they know for sure that they still need a quarterback. So they probably was upset, and I'm going to tell you, Lovey probably said, oh, I know y'all about to fire me, so but I'm going to go ahead and win this fucking game and push y'all the fuck back.
Yep, and the Texans continue to show that they're a joke of bullshit. Yeah, they're a joke of a franchise.
You know they have. That's still stupid as fuck. They did that shit by giving that control to that dumbass GM they had. I can't figure his name off top right now.
Well, they gave control to O'Brien.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, O'Brien.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, they gave it to Bill O'Brien, and he destroyed that fucking team. He destroyed their ass, and then now they suck it, and you get Lovey a chance. Had them boys fighting for them. I know they was fighting for them, because they damn near beat us this goddamn year running with they're running.
Oh, the Texans could have easily won their last 6 games of the year.
They was in the fight for the most part of the season, but who's supposed to win with that roster?
Exactly.
And a year?
Exactly.
That's stupid.
I mean, David Culley last year, who was a lifetime assistant coach, but a black coach nonetheless, you give him a horrible roster, you fire him. Lovie Smith, who's an accomplished coach. Lovie did coach the team in the Super Bowl. And you give him a garbage-ass roster, then you fire him after 1 year? That's crazy.
He was fired at 10-6 with the Bears. They had a winning record when they fired Lovie Smith from the Bears, bro.
Yep.
So it ain't like he can't fucking coach. I mean, you get that man 1 year with that roster, had them boys playing, and you go fire him after that, man. I'm glad they got the second pick. I hope they don't get who the fuck they want. And I hope whoever go in that bitch and get sucked too. I ain't gonna say that because it ain't their fault. That organization is trash for that shit. And they should get that man an opportunity to be able to do that shit again. But we all know what's up with that.
What about? Oh, we absolutely do. What about Aaron Rodgers, bro, and Green Bay? David, what do you think about that too? The Packers losing to Detroit.
Oh, well, I call that. So I mean, it is what it is.
Both of you guys called the Lions to win. Kudos to both of y'all. I called the Packers to win.
Man, I already knew what time it was. Dan Campbell be having them boys playing.
Yeah. No, that is what it is. He told me he needs time off to think of the evaluate his style or his next move. No, he done. That's it.
Aaron Rodgers is a drug dealer. What you talking about? He already
he a Sherm head, bro.
Yeah.
He already told you. Man, if you want to go ahead and take this life, all you need to do is shit it. He's telling you what it is. He's telling you.
But he just keep calling him.
Hey, D, who he getting his drugs from?
He getting it from Lamar, but Lamar's sitting pretty right now, so it don't even matter.
And by Lamar, you mean Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson. And Lamar on his ghost thing right now. He ain't playing right now, so it's all good. It's all well and good. Lamar is sitting pretty right now, waiting for that contract that ain't never gonna come. So it's all well and good.
I tell you what, though. Speaking of that,
hey, if I was Lamar, I'd leave and go to the Jets, bro. Big fact.
Bro, because you know the Ravens are going to use this against him in negotiations, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't blame them for doing that because this is the second straight year Lamar's missed the last 5 games of the regular season. So in the last 2 years, you've missed 10 games. But if I'm Lamar, this is why if I was Lamar, I wouldn't have came out anyway. I wouldn't have came out at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Without no contract?
Without no contract. Hell no.
Because if I get hurt, then what?
But I'm pretty sure he could come back. But why would you come back if you see what they don't value you there? So why would you put yourself on the line for somebody who don't value you and ain't trying to give you a contract for you to get hurt and then nobody pays you? Hell no, I'm sitting out on the sideline. Either you gonna pay me or you're not gonna pay me. If you don't, go ahead and let me go.
I don't blame you. I don't disagree with your method of thinking. But how much you want to bet that he plays on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
How much you want to bet he plays on Sunday?
Oh, you can play. Why wouldn't you play? I'll play. I mean, because if you really love football, you will play, especially in the playoffs. I ain't gonna let my dudes down. Come on, I'm gonna come fight with y'all in the playoffs because it's a one and done type situation. You know what I mean?
It's a one and done situation, but at the same time, if I get hurt, if like you just finished saying, if he get hurt even more, and they think about trading him either way, then he losing everything. Everything's on the table for Lamar.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about it, because I don't believe they're going to trade him. What they may end up doing, they might end up doing him the Kirk Cousins route and franchise, or the Dak route and franchise tag.
But it's going to be up to him to sit out, because if not, he's going to just be playing under the tag like Kirk did.
But you know what? The only thing about the franchise tag, there's a pro and a con. The con is that, it's not the long-term guarantee money. The pro is he could make probably about $60 million for one season on the franchise tag.
The pay is probably going to get higher because it's going to be, and we got to pay Jalen. I know he about to get a big hit.
Yeah, but you know what? Y'all don't have to start thinking about that not until, y'all got to think about that next. Yes, you do. Now think about that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got to pay that man. Which I don't care, get that man his money, because guess what? Everybody else that's young that we really need to build around is already locked into a long-term contract with us. That's why we are in such a good position.
Well, Jalen's earned it. He should be the MVP.
He definitely earned it. He definitely earned it. Regardless of whether or not they give it to him, he earned his money a long time ago, and he should be able to get it, and the Eagles going to take care of him. I know they are. They're going to pay him, and he deserves every penny of it.
Yeah, I mean, and you saw. I don't know how you can't give him MVP. You saw what the Eagles looked like when he wasn't there. I can't, because you can sit here and say, well, Gardner Minshew put up 34 on the Cowboys. Have y'all seen the Cowboys defense over the last month? Like, real talk. When they played when New Orleans has a top-notch defense, Gardner Minshew can do shit.
Yeah.
I mean.
But the difference is with Jalen Hurts on Philly's side, they built the team to complement Jalen Hurts.
That's what you're supposed to do.
The Ravens, they have Lamar. That's it. They didn't complement Lamar.
They didn't compliment Lamar.
They don't have. I'm not gonna say that because their running backs are pretty.
Yes, right.
Injured. Their wide receivers are not really panning out. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just need.
Bateman stays hurt too much.
Him a true wide receiver, number one wide receiver, because they went and got wide receivers in the first round. Perriman just been injured.
Bateman.
Yeah.
Rashad Bateman stays hurt too much.
Yeah.
I mean, because they've been trying to build up through the draft.
Yeah, and Andrews and the tight end is pretty decent. They got the formula, but they just, you know what I'm saying, they just been injured. You know what I'm saying? That's been their big thing for the past 2 seasons for them. They've been the most injured I've ever seen.
And to still be able to get into the playoffs,
that's a big compliment.
Yeah.
So they just got to stay healthy.
So can we really say it's really been based off the player Lamar? So how could you not get that man his money?
They should give him his money. They should give him his money, but the fact that he's missed 10 games over the last 2 seasons, I guarantee you they're going to hold that against him. And just like the Miami Dolphins are going to hold Tua's concussion issues over his head, the Ravens are going to hold Lamar's injury history now over his head.
Look, if you want to hold something against Tua, that's that offensive line.
What do you do with Tua? What do you do with Tua before that? Do you keep him? Do you pay him his money?
Do you think he's going to play on Sunday?
We'll see.
The only chance you got to win is if Tua plays. And I cannot wait for that game.
Yeah.
I said that the
now, bro. This is the time right now. Ain't nothing like the playoff football.
Bro, I said that the theme for this week's playoff games, the theme for this week's playoff game is, oh, I remember you. because every matchup that's happening this week in the playoffs, you saw it at least once during the regular season. Even with the Chargers and the Jaguars, they played in the regular season. So, but think about this, bro. I want y'all to think about, in the AFC, quarterbacking is a young man's game. Look at the 7 quarterbacks that's in the playoffs. Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Tua if they're healthy.
Young man's game.
Young man's game.
Young man's game. Absolutely.
Young man's game.
It's a more mobile, strong arm, fast paced league. It's not like you used to stay in the pocket. If you really look at all these quarterbacks can do something on the run and get out the pocket and be able to do something. Whether they're super athletic, but they're still mobility. Like that ain't Tom Brady. That ain't Aaron Rodgers. How Aaron Rodgers used to be. Because Aaron Rodgers was deceptively fast and could scramble when he got out of the pocket too.
Yeah, he can get out the pocket. He can make something happen.
That would make him to go too in his younger days. He ain't doing that no more. Now you see them quick turn your shoulder throws in the dirt when people come at you. You know what I mean? So that's he was Mahomes in his younger days. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. DeMar Hamlin, what y'all got to say about? Because Monday we all literally saw somebody die on the field. They had to bring him back to life on the field. What do y'all think about that whole situation?
It's more the NFL need to do better care of taking care of the athletes.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I mean, that was just looking at the hit. That was wild. I mean, it was like a regular routine hit.
Hit.
Malicious, nothing crazy. I mean, nobody could really expect that to happen. It was just like one of those one-off situations where it's just like what could happen did happen. You know what I mean? Like nobody really expected that. They responded well to a situation that was unknown to anybody because like nobody's ever seen no shit like that. The only thing that fucked up that thing is like you still trying to get motherfuckers. You thinking about whether you still trying to get people to play the game and somebody else died on the field. Like it don't take much time to see all these people crying and stuff like that and say, hey, maybe we just need to go ahead and chill out and think about this later. But other than that, I mean, they responded quickly. They got him the help he needed, and now the man is recovering. So, I mean, you can't expect anything other than that. They did what they were supposed to do. The only right I got is them just holding out, trying to figure out where they was going to continue to play that game that day when you just lost somebody literally on the field. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. David, what did you think? You said the NFL needs to do a better job taking care of their players?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been a thing since the dog time. Not the dog time, but look, I'm just going to sum it up with the man getting better. Don said it, the man getting better. He's back with it. Brings in the process.
David, what the hell did you just say? You sound muffled as fuck.
That motherfucker sound like he's supposed to be talking at work.
Yeah, he sound like he hiding in a cubicle. He do you sound like you hiding in a cubicle.
That nigga sound like, look. Guess what? Hey, David, come on, bro.
Speak up, nigga. Are you in the bathroom?
That nigga sound like he was talking like he had it.
Yeah, what the
That bit right there. Yeah, hold on.
Whatever rib shack you at, stop.
That nigga at the rib shack, you trying to dip out and not pay for the ribs.
Yeah.
Hey, look at they're gonna do. Look. You better pay for no goddamn ribs, nigga. Them shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, bro.
Well,
bro, but yeah, it was a rough situation, bro. But I feel like like I said, they handled it well. They handled it timely. The only thing is they should have just went ahead and postponed that game right off the bat. But it still worked out. The coaches did what they had to do. So,
did you like the way they handled the decision of not, finishing that game?
It's so. Like, this is a weird situation, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's like, how can you play that game at a later date, really? When it's like, because you need that recovery time for your body to be able to. So it'd have been, like, bad for both of them to try to play those games so soon. And then it's like, when can you do it? You can't do it after the season because the playoffs start right then. I mean, the only really thing you could have really done to really make it fair was to maybe push everything back a week and let them play that game and then let them recover from that shit and then go from that point.
I would have, honestly, I'd have preferred they either did it that way, or if Cincinnati and Buffalo happen to meet each other in the playoffs, which could happen in the second round, I think they should play at a neutral site too, not just the AFC Championship game if it involves Kansas City. Because I just think, like, I don't mind. I definitely thought that they should have stopped the game when the injury happened. But as far as them saying, all right, well, if it's the Chiefs and the Bills or the Chiefs and the Bengals, it'll be at a neutral site. Well, remember, the game was between Cincinnati and Buffalo. So now, because you couldn't finish it, if Cincinnati and Buffalo play in the playoffs, Cincinnati was winning the game. But then they're going to have to go to Buffalo to play in round 2, when I think that should be the game that should really be in a neutral site. That's just the only, because, Cincinnati was pissed, especially when they found out if the Ravens beat them, there was going to be a coin flip about who was going to host the bitch.
That was the decision right there. Look, I ain't even paying. It was so much because when I read that shit when it first came out, I was confused, like, what the fuck going on? I was like, man, I ain't. There was so many different fucking scenarios about what would happen if this particular team won and that one. I was like, man, that's way too fucking much, bro. Just go ahead and push this shit back a week. They play that shit and then we go from there, bro.
They didn't want to push it back because they didn't want to lose the bye week before the Super Bowl. That's what that was all about.
Yeah.
Because the first week of the Super Bowl is when you get all your money shit, your vendors and the media night and all of that shit, and then the second week is really, okay, let's actually practice for the game. And I guess they didn't want to lose that, but whatever.
But you could have still made that happen.
Exactly, because it's not like you haven't had to do that before. It's just been 20 years since the last time there was a conference championship game week, and then the following week was a Super Bowl. I don't know, but I mean, I said this earlier, we're going to enjoy the playoffs regardless. It's just, if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm a little pissed. I'm just a little, that's it. If I'm Buffalo, I'm a little pissed because say Buffalo came back to beat Cincinnati and then they win against the Patriots. Buffalo had the inside track, the home field advantage. But I guess that's why they saying neutral field. Well, again, whatever. The path in the NFC is so less complicated, because again, I said it 2 months ago. Philly versus San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe what Brock Purdy is doing, but you know what I mean? Like, nobody, like, when you the last pick in the draft, and I mean, when you got that defense behind you, that should kind of give you a little bit of confidence to be able to go out there and just be like, hey, just do what the fuck you got to do. We got all these playmakers, just giving them the ball, bro, and that's what he's doing, just getting them the ball. So, I mean, that's going to be pretty, and we won with a backup, so any fucking thing is possible, especially when you get in the playoffs. That's going to be a definitely tough out.
Well, as far as the AFC goes, and them talking about a neutral field AFC championship game if it's Kansas City versus Buffalo, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't think they're gonna have a neutral site championship game, because I don't think the AFC championship game is gonna be Kansas City versus Buffalo. I actually think. You say what?
Buffalo don't look as dominant as they were at the beginning of the year like they do right now. They look very beatable. Just like shit, we look very beatable. like everybody, nobody looks dominant right now. To the fact, I mean, KC, I'm gonna tell you right now, as far as playing hot and playing tight, and just my eyes right now, the hottest teams in both is KC on that side and the 49ers on this side.
I think the AFC Championship game is going to be Cincinnati versus the Chargers. I tell you why. Because I understand what you're saying about KC being hot. Cincinnati's been a little bit hotter. Plus, they beat Kansas City. And
He has been hot.
And the Chargers, even though as much as Brandon Staley tried to get all of his good players injured yesterday by playing them for no reason, I swear he gets on my nerves. I think they're going to beat Jacksonville. And then I think they're going to go on the road, and I think they're going to beat Kansas City. That's a division game.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody has even fathomed the thought of Cincinnati versus L.A., but that's my surprise pick. No, I don't think it's going to be Buffalo or Kansas City. I could be wrong, but that's just my outlandish take for that. So, David, your Patriots missed the playoffs. Do you think it's time for Bill Belichick to step aside?
I do, but do I think it's going to happen? No.
Okay. Do you think that they're going to get an actual offensive coordinator next year?
That's the issue right there, was they didn't have an offensive coordinator.
It should be Josh McDaniels, so he should get fired from the Raiders with his sorry
Now, that's a question I want to ask. Who do you think is going to be the next quarterback of the Raiders?
Are they keeping
Aaron Rodgers.
You think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers?
Yep.
money up in the air? It makes them talk.
Because he can go to Las Vegas and really push his drugs. It's City. I know Aaron Rodgers, he's coming out that bitch looking like Nicolas Cage and shit with his goddamn drugs in his pocket on the strip.
They say this is a big rich town.
But to be honest, unless Devontae Smith really got, I mean, I can see it because you still got Devontae. It's like,
Devontae Adams?
Yeah, you got Devontae Adams. You got the familiarity with those two, and then right now Green Bay is on the strip of like, yeah, we need to get rid of Rodgers because they're not in the playoffs with his antics. I can see that being. I can see them going there. I can see them being the quarterback for the Raiders.
All right. Well, who do you think is going to be the next quarterback of the Jets?
The Jets.
These nuts.
Honestly, the quarterback of the Jets, I can either see it being Derek Carr. They probably get Derek Carr.
They'll flop for Derek Carr.
Or funny Tom Brady.
I agree with you on Derek Carr. I think it's going to be Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr.
I do.
Brady, I think after this, Brady will probably just be like, nah. If he ain't going back to New England, I think Brady will hang it up.
Going back to New England? The fuck?
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
It happening.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening, but if it did happen, that would be the only thing that's being talked about from here to there.
I swear. You know what? I said this before you guys got on the line. I'm borrowing Tom Brady for this weekend's games because he has to be Captain America one more time and beat the Cowboys. Then he can go to hell for all I give a fuck.
Yeah. That's one of those games. That's one of those games, to be honest with you. I just want them to beat the fuck out of each other and just I can give a fuck about who wins that game, whether it be the Cowboys or Tom Brady. I'm gonna say Tom Brady because I don't hate the Buccaneers.
I don't hate the Buccaneers neither. I like their players. I love Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Hey, Tom Brady, I'm just sick of it.
I'm just tired of Tom Brady.
Yeah. I don't hate that man. That man did what he did. He balled out whether they cheated or what. He got his little titles, but I'm just, man, go sit the fuck down, bro. I'm tired of it.
Oh, no, he a little cheating little bitch. I'm just tired of him.
But, whatever they did, like I said, whether they cheated or whatever they did, like, I'm just sick and tired of them, and I just fucking hate the Cowboys, so.
Yeah. I think the three of us can agree there.
So either way, you're not coming out on the losing column. Either way.
Who's the lowest seed right now would be...
Seattle.
So Seattle plays
San Francisco.
Right? No, San Francisco. Okay.
Oh, I'm predicting you guys are gonna have a round 3 with the Giants, because the Giants play the Vikings. I actually like New York to win that game.
Oh yeah, New York will be fun.
I do. I like, because everybody's trying to hype up old Cowboys, Eagles round 3. That's not going. Even if Dallas beats Tampa Bay, I think that the Giants are going to beat the Vikings, and I think that the Eagles will end up playing New York. So let's go. I mean, fuck it, we might as well. I mean, y'all might try to redeem yourselves in the playoff after I whoop that ass. I whoop that ass for 18 weeks, dog. 18 weeks, shout it, Mike. 18 weeks. So, Seattle versus San Francisco. Who you got, Shonsky?
You know what?
Go ahead. I dare you. I double dare you.
You know what?
I double dare you. I double dare you.
You know what?
You ain't got the balls.
I'm making it to Gino.
You gonna pick who?
Nah, I ain't giving it to you. But I'm still gonna get the family. Let's go.
Hey, it's a good story though. It's a good story. I mean, for real. And all jokes aside, as much as I wanted to see the Lions go to the playoffs, Geno Smith, after being the butt of a bunch of jokes, said he was a bust. I forgot the nigga was in the league until last year.
Yeah.
And for him to come back and make the playoffs and be a Pro Bowl quarterback at age 32. So, yeah, I mean, shout out to Geno, because think about it. Well, don't the Jets wish they had Geno Smith right now?
Right the fuck now. They would be way better than where Seattle.
They might go to the Super Bowl with that damn defense and Geno.
Absolutely.
Well, who you got, David? Seattle or at San Francisco?
San Francisco, man.
San Francisco treat. I, too, have the 49ers winning that game. Again, I said Eagles 49ers conference championship. All right, the second game Saturday, the Los Angeles Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Playoff debuts for both Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. Sean, you're the only person that called Jacksonville to win the division. Congratulations to you.
Duval.
Dougie P.
I'm giving it to Doug P and them boys.
You taking Jacksonville? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, did you see that game against the Titans, though?
I did.
Bruh, I'm going to tell you, Trevor Lawrence need to buy all of them motherfucking defense a Rolex, because they took his ass off the hook.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to them. The only reason I'm giving it to Jacksonville is because of Doug Peterson.
Oh, yeah, he's an experienced coach.
Yeah.
Going against a know-it-all, Brandon Staley. Now, who you got, David? The Chargers or the Jaguars?
I'm not buying this whole Jacksonville been sucking this whole time. Now all of a sudden they can make nah.
Who you going with?
They'll blow it.
You going with who?
They'll blow it like hookers. They'll blow it like hookers over 20.
Who's gonna blow it like hookers?
They'll blow it like hookers over 20. Nope.
Wow. So you're going with the Chargers to win?
Go on the Chargers.
Okay. All right. Well, I said the Chargers would get to the AFC Championship game, so I guess I got to go with them too. My method of thinking is a little bit different, but okay. I think Jacksonville is on the right track, though.
You know what I'm saying?
You said what?
They'll blow it like hookers over a 20.
I can't with you. Okay, Miami at Buffalo. Let's say Miami at Buffalo and Tua's going to play. Let's do the best case scenario. Tua plays Miami at Buffalo.
All right, now the second place, Tua, that's the name where we at.
Huh?
Miami.
So if Tua plays, you picking Miami?
Tua plays Miami. If Tua doesn't play, Buffalo.
You know we can't pick like that.
I know we can't pick like that, but that's my whole purpose. You said case scenario.
Okay, all right.
I'm going based off the case scenario.
Okay.
Tua wants to play. I'd be saying Miami because I believe they can do it. But if Tua's not there and you got Skylar Thompson or some other motherfucker behind them, then I know they ain't gonna beat no fucking Buffalo.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson. I mean, that was such a hard game to watch yesterday. Oh my God.
So, but if we do it, because if you would have said worst case scenario, Tua doesn't play, I'm playing Buffalo.
Okay.
The person that makes a difference on that team.
Damn, I don't disagree. So all right, so now I'm gonna ask you your final pick. Who do you think is winning?
I'm gonna give it to because I don't know, so I'm just gonna say Buffalo. I don't know who's gonna be the quarterback.
Fair enough. David, Miami versus Buffalo.
I'm gonna say I don't wanna bet on Tua having a concussion or anything like that, but I mean I would say he'll play maybe half of the first, get hit, his shoe comes off, and shoe gets in a concussion because they pick up his Nike, and then the shoe comes off, and then it's like, oh shit, Tua died or some shit. Buffalo.
I'll let you say that. It's just a motherfucker head.
Yeah, it's just goddamn it. I mean, they out of responsibleness, being responsible adults, they shouldn't let Tua play. I get it. Love the lost football. Let the man play. But if the breeze blows too hard in that man right now, he might fall over. If it's a 15-mile-an-hour wind from the southeast, football might not be it. No, it might not be. He might need to be an accountant or something.
Oh man, poor Tua, man, poor Tua. Because when he's been on the field, he's been, I with the exception of that Chargers game, he's been great.
He's been magic. He's the reason the Dolphins have turned it around. Yeah, Buffalo.
Okay.
I hate that it's come to this to him, but 15 miles an hour wind, yeah, that might fuck him up.
All right, New York Giants at Minnesota. I've already said I'm picking the Giants to win. Who you got, Sean?
I got the Giants too.
Yeah, it's not a 1 o'clock game. Kirk Cousins only wins at 1 o'clock games.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I got the Giants too, man. I don't trust Kirk.
4:30 games, he out of it.
Yeah, so this is a 4:30 game. Kirk, he don't do prime. He don't do late games very well. Who you got, D?
So 4:30, he already ate. He done took him a nap and everything. He ain't ready for football.
No, exactly. Nope.
He done took a bowl to the face and everything. God damn it. You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take Cousins. I'm gonna take somebody's birthday now. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna take Cousins.
David hates the Giants that much, but I understand. I understand.
Fuck them.
David hates the Giants that much.
My thing is, I really wanted the Giants to suck this year, so they could have got rid of Saquon and we could have picked him.
Oh, that's not happening. Not now.
Yeah, I know not now. They're going to pick for him. They're going to pay for him and Daniel Jones, which I think Daniel Jones is a decent quarterback.
Yeah. If you put him in the right situation, I actually think he's serviceable.
He's definitely serviceable.
Yeah.
They have motherfuckers in the league right now.
I tell you what, I know who wish they did have Daniel Jones right now.
Look at it this way.
Washington.
So he can't be that bad.
Hey, shout out to Brevon, bro. First year coach over there. He's doing a hell of a job over there, bro.
That is, you know what? That's crazy. It's a record this year. 5 first-year head coaches for their team, not necessarily in general, because Todd Bowles had been a coach before. But 5 first-year coaches are going to the playoffs. I think that's pretty cool too.
I mean, it's you know. It's kind of hard when everybody got in the first year because they fired everybody last year.
You ain't never lied. But yeah, Dayball definitely did his thing because, I mean, through the first 7 weeks of the season, I was like, how are the Giants 6-1? How is this possible?
Absolutely. It was to the point where you like, I just skip.
But yes, you can forget about that. Saquon finished 4th in the league in rushing. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Guess who was 5th in the league in rushing, bro?
You know what?
I said Saquon was 4th in the league in rushing, so no, he ain't going nowhere. But I said, guess who was 5th in the league in rushing?
Was it Jalen Hurts?
No, it was Miles Sanders.
Oh, Miles Sanders. Oh, yeah. Miles Sanders thing too this year.
Yeah.
Jalen should be too far behind too.
No. Justin Fields is actually like 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That right there, that's a Russian little motherfucker right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, he's Jalen Hurts. He just need to do the same thing that we did with Jalen Hurts in the Bears to be just fine.
Bro, if this man might be better than Lamar Jackson.
No, he is. He's pretty. As far as running,
yes.
Action, yeah. He just need to get the throwing part down too. He need to do. If I'm Justin Fields, I'm going to Jalen and saying, what the fuck did you do, bro?
Bro, the Bears have the draft capital. Now they got the number 1 pick. They got a ton of cap space.
If I'm the
Bro.
Bears, I'm going to Justin Fields and say, this nigga, you better go reach out to Jalen and go see what the fuck Jalen did, and you do that shit. Because if you want to see somebody take a leap from year 1 to year 2,
Fields got the fundamentals, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's what
I want Justin Fields. He's got it. He just don't have.
He don't have weapons. To be honest with you, because honestly,
that's why he got the highest running, because he had to run over there.
coming out of college, he's a better thrower of the football than Jalen Hurts.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He needs weapons.
Well, they gave him Chase Claypool. Now, I mean, Chase Claypool is the number 1 receiver. They need another receiver to go along with Claypool, because they just got Claypool this year, so they're going to need some time together. But Claypool is a decent number 1 receiver, and then you got the draft capital to be able to get you a high number 1. That first pick for the Bears should be an offensive lineman.
I'm be honest with you. Claypool is a good receiver. I don't think he's a number 1. I think Claypool is a damn good number 2. I see him like Juju Smith-Schuster. If you give him a legit number 1 receiver, he will shine as a number 2. And I agree with you with taking an offensive lineman. But if I was wild, I'm going to be honest with you. If I took an offensive lineman 1, my second pick, if he was still available, would be Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State. You talk now.
Oh, yeah.
That's a motherfucking number 1 wide receiver.
Your first pick should be a lineman. Your second pick should be a wide receiver.
Hell yeah.
A couple picks should be linemen as well. You need to get that man a line or a tight end. Get him I think they got a decent tight end.
Komet. Cole Komet is a decent tight end.
Yeah, Komet. He's decent already. And you got a decent running back. You need a wide receiver and a line on that team, and he'll be just fine, bro.
Yep.
And the Bears will if they do it right this year. Because you can still fill in the rest of the season with some manageable people and free agency and shit as well, because they got the money and the capital to be able to do it.
They sure do.
Nobody over there.
All right, round 3 between Baltimore versus Cincinnati. Who you got?
I got Cincy.
Yeah. Who you got, D?
Lamar ain't playing. Cincinnati. Lamar ain't playing.
They got too much going on over there besides thinking about winning games over there, and that's another reason why.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I'm going with Cincinnati as well.
Cincinnati's on that shit right now.
And finally, Dallas at Tampa Bay.
Again, like I said previously, I hope both of them destroy each other. So I'm just gonna, matter of fact, how much I don't care about this game. Let me take this coin and flip it real quick.
I'm fucking weak.
My coin flip said Tom Brady and them gonna win. So
Yeah, both sides of that coin had Tom Brady gonna win. I guarantee
you.
you.
Goddamn right. I ain't never saying they gonna win shit. Fuck them again.
Who you got, D?
Hey, I'm going to Tampa Bay. Dak Prescott, even in that loss to the Commanders the other day, he didn't really show me shit.
Dak Prescott's been playing bad over the last month of the season.
Yes, the last couple of games. Yes, all he been doing, he like 2 picks every fucking game. Come on, you goddamn trash. Except when he plays us for some reason.
Look, let me. I know Fat Chance, but Tom Brady, if you happen to listen to this.
Like the team that was supposed to be neck and neck with Philly.
Hey, take your microphone out of your stomach.
You say what?
They don't look like the unbeatable team that was supposed to be neck and neck with Philly, supposed to be number 1 in the division.
Oh, yeah. Remember a month ago, everybody was saying Dallas was the best team in football? Nigga, please.
I don't see it. I didn't see it against the Commanders. If that was the case, the Commanders should have been playing Philly going neck and neck for who's the best team.
They just need to get them a quarterback, and this is the year to do it. They better get to the damn quarterback.
Yeah, Carson Wentz, goodbye.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe Derek Carr goes to Washington.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
You trade them out of your conference into another conference. I can see that too.
Yeah, I could see that. But if you Tom Brady or a Bucks fan listening to this, and I know I'm gonna talk with a Bucks fan later on. Tom Brady, what's up?
But Derek Carr got to win it because he has a no trade clause in his contract.
Oh yeah, I agree with you as far as the Jets thing. But I mean, when you're talking about teams that are just the quarterback away, and that's hard to say because I thought we was a quarterback away. The Jets just look. The Jets look better, man.
They better and they look well coached. Their organization looks a better run now. They look like they moving in the right direction and they trended. A lot of turmoil and shit still going on with Dan Snyder and them and the Commanders, and it's everything but football over there. So I mean,
look, I point a lot of that at Ron Rivera. He should have never put Carson Wentz dumbass in the game last week. You gave the season away. You gave the season away when you did that because it was Carson Wentz had done nothing through the whole season to make you think that he could win a game. Even if it's against the habitual dick shower himself, a game, he couldn't do that. But Tom Brady, listen up, motherfucker. I don't like you, okay? I'm tired of you, okay? But I'm going to borrow you. Hey, look, I don't like you, but if you lose to the Cowboys, I will borderline hate you. It's really that simple. Do America a favor. What would Jesus do? Jesus would beat the Dallas Cowboys.
That he would. Praise him.
Yeah, Jesus will beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. Exactly. Because I said this last season to my man Tony, who I'm going to have on later on today. I said this to him going into Wild Card Weekend last year. I'm going to say it to him today. Man, I'm going to be so glad when next week y'all season is over. And Dallas' season will be over next week. After Dak comes out and throws 3 interceptions in Tampa, I'm going to have to hear a bunch of Brady kiss ass shit for another 7 days before they go to San Francisco and get served. But I can deal with it because I know there will be some miserable Cowboy fans in the world, and that makes me happy.
I'm excited for Jalen to finally really get a second opportunity to really be in the playoffs, and he got a home field. Because I want that man to succeed. Big facts, bro. I love him as our quarterback going forward, bro. I'm excited for our future, bro.
Oh, most definitely. Oh yeah, and you said what, David?
The thing that's gonna make it hard for him is because he's playing at such a high level now. What are his expectations going forward? They're gonna get even higher.
Of course, but the thing about Jalen Hurts is always trying to improve on himself, and he has that mentality to where he's going to work hard and make sure he gets better. So I don't even think that's even going to be a problem with him going forward. So that's why I'm excited. You already got your weapons like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Yes, 2,000-yard receivers.
You got Dallas Goedert under a contract, at least for the next couple seasons. Your offensive line is under contract. Besides your center, which will be a big piece to leave, but you still got replacements waiting in the wing. That's what we've been drafting for, is your offensive lineman. And I'm pretty sure we're going to draft some more next year because that's what we value. So I'm not worried about our team going forward. He's going to have his weapons. It's just up to him to stay focused like he is, which me knowing what he's been doing and listening to him, that's not going to be an issue. Jalen
Hurts is the son of a coach.
Yeah.
So he has the work ethic, and he's had that work ethic his entire life. You know, his work ethic is like that of somebody like Brady, not trying to be funny, because Brady is the son of a coach. And I think even if I guarantee you, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl this year, Jalen Hurts is not going to be satisfied. No. What, David, to your point of what will his expectations be, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts will have expectations like Patrick Mahomes because it's so early in his career. But I think he'll be up to the challenge. I think the Eagles are well positioned. By the way, shout out Hassan Reddick, came second in the league in sacks with 16.
Yeah, my boy. Man, we had some sack. What we was so. Look, this is what pissed me off. Because I was like, they just happened to have some mobile-ass David where, bro, we was 2 sacks away from being tied with the 85 Bears, bro. Do you know how good that would have been?
Oh, man, really?
Yes, we had 70.
Damn.
We were 2 away from having the best fucking sack number. We were tied for the best sack numbers in NFL history, bro.
And for all this shit I hear about Micah Parsons, I don't hear nothing about Hassan Reddick enough.
Nope, you don't.
I mean, he's been an absolute beat. Only person better than Hassan Reddick, Nick Bosa. And Nick Bosa is probably going to be the defensive player of the year. Now, On a serious note, Sean, I talked about this with you earlier. Going to UFC, and this isn't about the sport. Dana White, the owner of UFC, and very rarely will you hear us talk seriously about stuff because we're three clowns, but I'm pretty sure we'll find a way to clown this up too. It's what we do. But
what do you do now?
Dana White, David, did you see the video when he slapped his wife twice?
Oh, Lord. Damn. Again?
Well, they claim this is the first. They were in Mexico at some club. Dana White's wife whispers something into his ear. No, he whispers into something into her ear. She slaps him in the face, and he slaps her back twice.
This ain't the first time Dana White done slapped his wife.
Sean said the same thing.
You gonna give me?
If he whispers something in his ear,
He probably leaned over and was like, man, don't she got a fat ass?
What did you say?
Yeah, she got a fat ass. You know, when he was probably drunk at the bar and looked over and seen some other chick, he'd be like, hey, babe, you want to fuck her?
And she slapped the shit out of him.
Slapped the shit out of him, and then he slapped that shit back.
Well, the only reason why I bring this up is because...
She whispers something like, Conor fucks better than you.
What'd you say, D?
She probably whispers something like, Conor McGregor fucks better than you.
You said what?
Conor McGregor fucks better than you. But no, on a serious note, man, who knows what they say, and if it does matter, but people should be hitting people if they don't want to get hit, too.
Well, see,
I'm like...
You said people shouldn't what?
People shouldn't be hitting people. I mean, people defend themselves. Nobody should be hitting anybody.
The only reason why I bring this up is because he's gotten such a pass, and I'm not saying this to try to say that everybody should crucify him, but y'all know my favorite show is First Take. And to say that I was disappointed in the reporting that was done by them, because I know Dana White and the UFC has a contract with ESPN. They're in bed. ESPN distributes all of their pay-per-view shit. What I was disappointed at is we talk so much about domestic violence. Rah, rah, rah. We saw what a big deal it was made out when the Ray Rice video came out. Greg Hardy, Deshaun Watson. There was not even no video on Deshaun Watson, and everybody automatically said, you're guilty. Now you see there's a video out. You can see him slap his wife twice. And he's got such a beautiful family. We don't want to judge people at their lowest moments, but I'm like, this is what you get paid to do. You get paid to judge people at their lowest moments.
They do it to us all the time.
All the time. That's what I'm saying. What if this was Kyrie Irving slapping, or LeBron James, or what if this was Michael Jordan on camera?
No human being do something like this for anybody. It don't matter what they say out their mouth. You shouldn't be putting your hands on a woman. I don't even know why the fuck they allow for him to play in the NBA. He's supposed to.
Right.
And he can get the fuck out of here. You know how I go. Well, I mean, not as much to that magnitude, but you know what I'm saying.
No, it is to that magnitude. I mean, Kyrie Irving sent out a tweet. He didn't even say anything, and they were ready to strip this man naked.
Well, who defended Dana White first?
The UFC fans have been coming hard, saying, that's Uncle Dana. She put her hands on him first. He was defending himself. If you saw the video, what defense? Like, if you saw the video, what defense? That's all I'm saying. My thing is that if you're gonna be consistent, be consistent. If you're gonna be consistent, especially when it comes to domestic violence, then be consistent. Don't move the goalpost back because it's somebody you like, or if it's somebody that even if you have a deal with.
But it's always gonna be like that, and it's never gonna change. It's never gonna change. Everybody doesn't get treated the same. And it's always been like that, and it's nothing that's going to change the way that is viewed. If somebody likes you, no matter in your life, in your personal experience, if somebody does something to you that's your motherfucker, then somebody that does something to you that you don't know, your reaction to them is going to be totally different.
That's it.
That's a sad truth.
The law, even in itself, is two-sided.
Unless you're a crazy motherfucker, you just want to fuck both of them up at the same time.
Right.
But But 99% out of the time, that's how it's gonna happen.
I mean, and what the defenders gonna say next? Oh, that's just Dana White. He's the leader of the Slapperho tribe. You see what he did?
That's it. He's part Indian. Yeah. After all. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, he might get some community service on it.
Yeah.
He'll drive a big ass community service or whatever.
They know what they got going on.
Well,
They know what they got going on.
It's clearly because they like Dana White, because we always heard how Don King would screw over his fighters. Dana White makes Don King look like a fucking Boy Scout.
Oh, yeah.
At those UFC events, Dana White takes over 70% home of the gross earning.
That's right. It's that company. Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
like you said, that nigga, I put this shit together. I'm just fucking fighting, nigga. I'm setting this shit up as my shit, nigga. I ain't nigga 80, goddammit.
I don't care if dude put your hand up in the
I don't have a problem with him taking 70% of the job. That's just what it is, for real. And if you own that shit, I'm taking 72. Y'all split that 30. This is my shit. I created that shit. I'm gonna get the most out of this shit.
I don't never want to hear nobody say nothing bad about Don King again.
Oh, they shouldn't do that unless you're literally fucking your people like to the extreme to where like they getting, it's like you getting $100 million out of that shit. If I'm giving you $30 fucking million out of this $100 million, nigga, you should be mad.
Oh no, yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me give you an example. There was a fight that happened a couple of months ago when the headliner for the UFC, the event itself made about $50 million, but the headliner only got 24,000.
Now that is what I mean by.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by. That's what I mean by that. That back to the example of $100 million. If I taking $100 million, I'm only giving you 24,000. Then you fucking me. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like,
Exactly.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that I don't agree. So. Yeah, that I don't agree with. But you got guys like the upper cards, like the guys like Connor. Yeah, your boys like Khabib who got their own fight promotion. So yeah, it's Dana White's UFC, but those guys who are the upper carders, they'll pay. Dana White will get his 70%, but still it's under a promotion like Wisconsin. It's under the promotion of. In Dana White's UFC, he'll take his 70%, but he'll be under the Conor McGregor's title or whatever, and he'll get 100.
Well, see, that's the thing about it, because even Conor's biggest payday with Dana White is like $2.5 million over like a 10-year period. He fought Floyd one night and made $70 million.
Correct. Fighting under what? It was under Floyd's.
Well, I mean, he fought a boxing match. That's all. He just fought a boxing match.
He fought a boxing match, right? He's giving these guys an out. Yeah, they're fighting, and like Dana's giving them a way to give themselves exposure, and what they do from that is they're making themselves bigger, or you can make yourself bigger to do other avenues, like Connor's done, like Khabib's done, so many others back in the day, and even current are making themselves bigger.
Saudi Arabia is about to get into the mixed martial art fighting game. All I'm gonna say about that is they gonna come with deep pockets. That's all I'm gonna say. Because look at what the Liv did for golf. See how many niggas left the PGA? See how quick they left the PGA? When Liv started offering them $100 million a pop. Okay.
Right. You got to diversify. If you're just a fighter and you stay on the Dana White, then guess what? You're gonna keep getting fucked.
Mm-hmm.
You don't diversify yourself, and you don't have other avenues. Conor McGregor got his bullshit ass whiskey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the other guys, the old school guys, they've diversified from the MMA, and they do other shit. Hell, GSP retired from the MMA.
Or they go box like Anderson Silva did.
Exactly.
I mean, Anderson Silva got well over 7 figures for fighting Jake Paul a couple months ago. Jake Paul and
lost.
And lost. I mean, goddamn.
And lost. But he's still a legend.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And he can do whatever he wants to do. I mean, if he wants to fight an MMA fight, he can.
Ain't nobody paying to see damn near almost 50-year-old Anderson Silva fighting the MMA. He better stick to throwing them hands. Leave your feet out of it, bro. The last time he fought an MMA fight, his leg snapped in half. You remember that shit?
Oh, I remember.
That was ugly as a bitch. Nobody want to see that shit again.
On YouTube to this day.
Nigga, nobody want to see that again. Hell no. But anyway, I know y'all don't do the college football thing, but who you got winning, TCU or Georgia?
Georgia. Georgia.
Yeah. They're a funny chance,
I hope the upset happens. I do. I hope the upset happens. I won't be mad if Georgia wins because for me it's not Alabama, so I don't give a fuck. but
I'm gonna take upset city, you know that.
Yeah, but if TCU beats Georgia, that'd be that might be the biggest upset in the history of college football.
And that's what I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean Texas Christian University. Who the hell is that?
I'm Christian University. I don't know, nigga. Ask Jesus.
He knows all.
Exactly. Nigga, I don't know.
Ask Jesus.
LaDainian Tomlinson and Andy Dalton went there. Kevin Durant got hurt last night. I don't know if y'all know.
I don't understand why he don't get hurt every night.
Yeah,
The Nets been killing people. The Nets been killing people. But yeah, KD got hurt last night. They did win. But hey, man, you see the Lakers playing better, Carl?
I see that shit all talking about without that fuck ass nigga Anthony Davis on broke ass nigga.
Oh wait, bro. I tell you what though. You see Westbrook coming off that bench. Doing it thug theezy for sheezy.
That's because Westbrook finally to the point now where he just like fuck it and he can play basketball. It was too much analytics when he first got there. Oh, I need to be this person, this, that, and the person. Now it's just like fuck it, I'm stuck here. Let me just come off this bench. I don't give a fuck and I'm a ball.
Man, I'll blame Skip Bayless for that shit. That's Skip Bayless' fault.
Yeah. And then you got Anthony Davis on goddamn frail body ass. Somebody goddamn look at that nigga. He on injury reserve.
That's Skip Bayless' fault.
Oh, weak built body,
frail ass dude, bro.
Hey, yo, yes, you ain't lying. Anthony Davis stay hurts, bro.
God damn, nigga. I wish I was all nigga just goddamn dunk on people and just get hurt and go sit on my house and get paid millions of dollars.
Come on, with a dunk and then break a pinky nail.
Yeah. That's some light skinned niggas.
What did you just say, Sean?
That's some Drake niggas.
That's some light skinned niggas. Pretty Ricky with the collar.
Pretty Ricky with the collar.
On the goddamn court, boy.
Yeah. Hey, nigga, when you finish getting your manicure with William license, get you something to do the end to play the ball.
Yeah.
When you get that brow, when you get your unibrow trimmed up, come on, let's get back on the court.
Yeah. I got all that money here attaching in the middle of your forehead, nigga.
You got a minor sign in the middle of your forehead.
I gotta go to art with your forehead, nigga.
The fuck you doing with your money? Hey, you.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you.
It's definitely good that they coming together and balling. They doing it at the right time. So, you know. And shout out to Cyrus Bryant, boy. That boy balling big time.
Hey, I like him, bro.
Yeah.
He be hooping.
Yeah.
I like that dude. I don't know where they found him at.
That's the definition of what you want me to do. I do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I like him. He can play.
He playing his way into some money. It may not be Lakers.
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. He is playing his way into some dough.
Where it's coming. Yeah.
Now,
he looking like 27-year-old bro.
But before we go, I'm not gonna say names here, but one of our own put something on Facebook last night when I just said I don't think I would have said anything. I'm not gonna say no names, but somebody just said that they they posted this. They literally just climaxed after 4 pumps.
Under what?
Heaven? What'd you say?
You didn't take that down.
That this person, a Facebook friend of all of ours, said that he just climaxed after 4 pumps.
After
Hey,
4 months.
well, you need to remove us then.
Yeah, man. And maybe he didn't get nothing in a minute. You know, sometimes it happens. Maybe you're so in love. You know, when you get in there, you're so in love. You just be like, man, I made it.
No,
No, bruh.
I don't know about that.
No, Nope.
Don't tag me. Don't tag me in what you just finished saying.
Exactly. I'm gonna. I don't care how excited I am. I'm at least gonna get into the double digits with pumps.
Hey, look, man. Look, all you got, but you know, you can always do that and be like, look, give me 5 minutes.
No. Don't add me in that either. I'm good.
Yo, give me 5 minutes, girl. Hold on, let me just roll over.
Get you one of them blue pills. Those you needed them.
No, you fucking take your goddamn pills. You gonna be goddamn eating turkey dick this hard for no reason. Don't know.
Well, I'm
in a hospital talking about it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, players, I would not have put that on social media. 4 pumps. I'm sorry, that is not me. I have 2 kids for a reason, because my pump game is pumptacular. Okay.
No, it ain't spectacular. That's why you got kids. You shot it up in there.
Hey, man, that was on purpose, bruh.
I'm not putting it on social media, man.
No, I said my pump game was spectacular. I didn't say nothing about my pullout game.
Oh yeah, pull-out game be weak as fuck. Oh yeah.
Nigga, please, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back.
Now that was funny as fuck.
What?
Yeah, pull-out game should be weak as fuck.
Nah, bro. If my pullout, look, let me tell you something. If my pullout game was weak, I'd have 10 kids right now. Okay. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. Either that or I'm damn lucky. One or the other.
I just don't even try.
I'm sorry. Hey, I take no offense for nobody, but damn, it feels good to be divorced. Okay.
You want to have somebody on that one, or are we just going?
Nope. We're not tagging anybody on that.
but whoever that person was, you need to take that shit down. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, I gave him a Cat Williams emoji look and just said, I don't think I would have told that.
I would have kept that to myself.
Yeah, look, man.
Yeah, I would have got back in the
be excited about getting the job.
Hey man, look. Word gonna spill out. You know, the women gonna be like, that's that faux pump nigga. No,
Nah, I would have got back in the booth.
You know what them faux pumps stand for? STOP. Stop, nigga.
Yeah.
These TikTok dancing motherfuckers women don't care.
True that.
I'm not gonna put my boy name out there like that, but brah, you dropped the ball in more ways than one on that one.
Yeah. No, you should have wrote some shit down, rehearsed that shit. Pull a Drake. You know what I'm saying? Get your ghostwriter. Let your boy get up in there. Let him word. You know what I'm saying? Let you know, like, no, bro, you ain't ready for that. Right there. You ain't against me on a giant from down the block. You can beat something like that. Exactly.
But anyway, fellas, this was fun again. David, next time, don't be in a cubicle or a toilet seat.
You know what it is? Because my Bluetooth, my Galaxy Buds is like super sensitive, so when it starts slipping from my ear, it decreases how it sounds from me. I just realized that shit.
I don't even know what the fuck you just said now.
Exactly. Well, maybe now I'm drinking, so.
That'd be
now I'm running goddamn intelligent shit to say.
Yeah.
Now it's nigga, and fuck you. Yeah, that's what it's coming down to.
Absolutely.
Well, fellas, same day next week?
Here? You know.
All right. Well, Sean, we getting up tomorrow.
Absolutely, bro. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I know that's right. And
are you 4 pumps excited?
Hey, I hate you.
Yeah, bro.
This is crazy. I'm gonna go on there. I'm gonna go on Facebook.
I'm definitely 4 Pumps excited. But
Oh no. Don't walk around looking like you got a big ass piss stain on the front of your pants, bro. Don't do that, bro.
that is fucking hilarious.
I'm so glad the old lady when she get on the phone, be like, girl, come get this 4 Pumps of pleasure.
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm just gonna give me a shirt, say 4 Pumps. I'm gonna make a song called.
You ain't never
Hey, you make a song called 4 Pumps, and you gotta let me in on that bitch.
Oh, definitely 4 Pumps.
You
Coming.
gotta let me in on that bitch. 4 Pumps. STOP. Stop.
Yo, 4 Pumps.
that 4 Pumps to your right.
Give you that oh.
And we're good. Stop. And we're good. That's me the shortest rap in all rap history.
Oh my goodness.
And we're done.
I hate y'all. Y'all fucking hilarious. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna send this one out to you.
All right, absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
I'ma holler at y'all.
All right, fellas.
All right.
Later.
Oh my goodness, they get on my damn nerves. Brother Sean, cousin David. Yes, that has definitely got to be the norm because that's just too much fun. Even though it sounded like David was talking from while he was stuck in a big ass aluminum tube or a condom or something like that. Anyway, that cousin David, and we love him. But before I have any more callers, it's something I got to say. It's a phrase that that's been used, really, I would say it's about 3 years old. And it never, ever made any sense to me. And I know this is random. This is random, just fresh out of nowhere. But you know how everybody be saying, hey, no cap, no cap. And no cap means that you're not lying. Now, my only thing is that what does the phrase no cap have to do with lying? See, where I'm from, the music I grew up listening to, you know, the area I grew up in, if you were to say no cap, that would mean please don't shoot. Like if somebody was coming to me, hey B, no cap, I'd be like, nigga, I ain't shooting nobody. I'm not shooting no. I don't have a gun on me or nothing like that. So, I mean, and I understand that's, you know, this generation slang or whatever, but I will say this. And I've used that phrase no cap in one song that I've done, and I still feel stupid as hell for using that phrase because it never made any sense to me, but it's a dope song, so I just left it alone. But I'm going to say this. If you are born in the 1980s, if you are an 80s baby, you should not be saying no cap. Matter of fact, damn that. If you are 30 years or older, you should no longer be using no cap. And to the rappers who have used that phrase, like Nicki Minaj and T.I., all of the rappers who are my age or older, it's time to let that one go. If you a mid-90s baby and you saying no cap, okay, fine, I get it. That's your lingo. Know what it means. I won't use it. But if you are an 80s baby, or if matter of fact, if you was born on January 9th, 1993, no cap needs to be retired from your vocabulary. I'm just saying, make it make sense with the phrase no cap. To be honest with you, I mean, I just don't, I never understood what that word has to do with. I mean, come on now. No BS. That makes more sense. Or just simply no lie. Even no fugazis makes more sense than no cap. I just don't understand. Hey man, you capping. Oh, if somebody came up to me and said, yo, he capping, I'm ducking and running because I'm thinking somebody's shooting. That's just me. I mean, look, I know people my age, 80s babies, and hell, even some 70s babies still trying to hold their hip hop, still trying to hold whatever hip hop swag they got left. We can still do it, people. We can definitely still do it, but we need to let that one go for real. Just, I mean, because like I said, it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm tripping, but that phrase never, ever, ever, ever made a lick of sense to me. No cap. Okay. I mean, I've been holding this shit since 2020. I'm being honest. So I just wanted to let that one go. I did. I'm sorry. Now back to your regular scheduled programming.
And that programming is having two more of my bros on the line with me. Now, you could call me an instigator all you want. That's not my intention. You see, I just had Sean and David on the phone. I'm being able to kill two birds at one time, but I got Mr. Calvin and Mr. Tony on the line. What up, broskies? Ain't nothing much. What is up is y'all teams face off in the playoffs.
That's how I look.
So, okay, so what do you think the outcome is going to be of y'all game?
Who you asking, me or her?
I'm asking both of y'all.
Well, how I feel, and I'm gonna be like transparent as I can. I wanted to get on here and be like, we've been in Atlanta, no return yet. Tom Brady, you know this, da da da. First, I was gonna you know what I'm saying. That was gonna be my rebuttal, you know what I'm saying. But I'm be honest with you, nigga, I don't fucking know because I don't know how my team. You see how my fucking team played all fucking year. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I want us to win. Hell yeah, I want us to. Like, I don't know, man. Like, for real. Like, from what we see, if they play like they played against Atlanta, Carolina, then yeah, we might got a chance because they are banged up. But, bro, I've been through so much personal trauma with this fucking team this year, man. It's like I've been so invested. I mean, and you laughing, but nigga, it is your fault.
My fault?
And I'm explaining, it's your fucking fault, and I'm explaining to you why. Because you did this shit 2 years, almost 3 years to the day. You started this shit during the pandemic and shit. Because you called me with that bullshit like, yeah, y'all gonna get Tom Brady, y'all go to the Super Bowl. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, Brady. You know what I'm saying? You know, first you were like, y'all getting Tom Brady. I was like, we're not getting Tom Brady, Brady. And then we got him. And you said, yeah, I told you to get Tom Brady. Then y'all go Super Bowl. And then I was like, I'm ready to hang up on you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you started this shit, so you put me on this path. You put that type of taste in my mouth that anything with Super Bowl is fucking failure. When I was a mediocre football fan for the last 18 years, like, hey, we do what we don't. You know what I'm saying? We do what we don't. So now, to answer your question, I don't how we're gonna play based on how they played this last year. I don't fucking know. What I want them to do is to do what they're supposed to do. Because we still got a top 10 defense, and from what I understand, the Cowboys have a couple of injuries on the secondary, but that don't make no never mind if you're not to throw the ball 5 yards down the field, which we've been doing since, you know.
Well, for starters, did I steer you in the wrong direction when I told you all of those things were going to happen during the pandemic? I hit the nail on the motherfucking head.
That's not the point, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, I just want. Okay, now, Tony, what do you think is going to happen?
So I'm gonna throw a stat out there that I was unaware of until today. On turf, 11-1. In grass, 1-4.
Yeah, that defense isn't as fast on grass.
It's still on speed, and that's the problem, especially when you're down to cornerback 4 and 5. You signing dudes like Xavier Rose off the street to play cornerback for you. That side is a problem. And until they get that addressed, I don't see, and maybe the offensive line will get some stability back because we get Biotish back, the center back, and so people will kind of shuffle, the deck will get shuffled back to some kind of normalcy, but losing Terrence Hill was huge. But yeah, this has to be, in my opinion, this has to be the Pollard offensive line Zeke show, more so than Dak show. Because again, yesterday, I'm like tired of the Dak press conferences about the interception. He played horrible yesterday.
Yeah. Y'all,
literally, there's no excuse.
Yeah, y'all look bad. Y'all look bad yesterday against a third-string quarterback.
So I don't know honestly what to expect. I don't know what to expect either.
Well, the third string secondary looks. I'm sorry, I ain't here, bro. My bad. But I was going to say the third string secondary looked bad against the third string cornerback. But I have a question for y'all too, because maybe I was missing my wrist. When the fuck did they get so fucking banged up? What the fuck did Cowboys get so banged up? I must have missed this shit because I didn't learn about this until yesterday.
They lost Anthony Brown a while ago.
Yeah, Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown went down, so that was cornerback 2 and 3 gone.
Number 7.
Vander Esch had the stinger. He'll be back for the game.
Diggs is still there,
went
Calvin.
down 2
Diggs is
weeks
still
ago.
there.
Terrence Steele tore his ACL 3 weeks ago, so that was down to offensive lineman. And Carlos Watkins tried to go yesterday, but he couldn't make it to the first quarter.
When the fuck did Tyron Smith go to guard?
And he went to guard because Terrence Steele tore his ACL 3 weeks ago.
So that's when he went to guard. I didn't know he
went to right tackle, rather. He didn't go to guard. He went to right tackle.
He was playing right guard last night?
He's playing right tackle.
So who was your left guard? Who was your left guard?
Jason Peters.
No, he was left tackle last night. Wasn't he?
No, he goes inside the guard. Generally he would play that left tackle spot where Tyron Smith would be. But they moved Terrence Steele, our young guy, second round pick, he's out there now. So rather than replace him and move him inside, they left him where he was because he was playing decent and just put Tyron Smith at right because he can play both sides. They've been rotating a little bit with Peters on that right tackle thing, but mostly he's inside.
I've been on suicide watching these bitches all fucking season. So I've been watching. So you know what I'm saying? I saw that Ryan Jensen reported back to fucking practice or whatever. So hopefully we can run the ball.
Y'all center got carted off yesterday. Tampa Bay.
The backup center.
Yeah.
Got carted off. Yeah.
Well, okay. I just wanted to get that question out the way. What was y'all takeaway? Calvin, I'll start with you. What was y'all takeaway from the day in football yesterday?
Oh man, you mean from the weekend or from just yesterday?
From the weekend.
From the weekend, where I remember we was talking about our thing, me and you thing was like shit being wrapped up in old dogs like not being invested live, whatever. That's Aaron Rodgers, man. I ain't gonna say I felt bad for the cat because he won the game. They went to San Fran, and they haven't beat San Fran in the playoffs.
No, they wouldn't have. But okay.
They would never. Exactly, they would have beat. So it was good. But the throws that cat was making to drop some people, you know, I felt bad for the nigga. Like, damn, that was right. San Fran. I'm just throwing it out there. San Fran is looking a lot less San Fran is, but you know what I'm saying? They was demolishing people. They demolished the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are the Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? They just, I don't know. I think that bubble might. Remember, our thing was bubbles up. Remember we been talking about this week 1, Brandon, bubbles being popped.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know what I'm saying? San Fran is. I think the honeymoon may be coming to a.
I think Seattle makes for a better. I think Seattle makes for a better matchup for the playoffs because it's a division game. But I was mad that Detroit missed the playoffs.
Yeah, you've been loving Detroit all year. That's been your little. That's been like yo.
No. Miami was my sleeper team, but when Detroit got hot, I mean, it's good to see. You watch them on Hard Knocks. Everybody clowned on Jared Goff forever, and Jared Goff is now winning games without McVay, and now McVay can't win. And the Lions win 7 of 8, and I don't feel bad for Aaron Rodgers because this is his MO. I said this before we got on the line. That whole Lambeau field, that Lambeau mystique is gone, is over with.
Yeah, he always been the kind of. He always been the. It's different from Brady and Aaron Rodgers because you know Brady got all his rings, so it's either you love him or you hate him. Most people hate him. Aaron Rodgers don't have that way, so his hate he kind of earned that shit. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely earned it.
It kind of comes off kind of cocky. Like it's kind of like it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, not to be like a nerd and shit. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, Tom Brady is Captain America. He do all the corny shit and do the shit right. And Aaron Rodgers is always like Iron Man. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And you know, always talking slick and shit. And remember he always used to do this. And I was thinking about this when you was talking what you just said. Remember he was always Chicago. I own y'all. I've always owned y'all. Where 49ers have kind of owned that ass too. So
Oh, ain't no kinda to it. Ain't no kinda to
own
it.
that ass. I mean, I'm talking about not just his ass. I'm talking about the 49ers own Green Bay. Like,
Yeah, ain't no kinda to it. They do.
It don't matter who they ass. Steve Young, Kaepernick, like I don't care what y'all got.
No. Let's not do revisionist history. No, Brett Favre owns Steve Young, except for that Terrell Owens catch. That's it.
Okay, and that may be true, but from then on.
Yeah. From then on, it's been the 49ers have done have been their kryptonite, but
from that point on.
But I'm not well, I wanted to see Detroit, and I know Tony called Detroit to win the game. He was right on the money. It's cool to see Geno Smith, have the rebirth that he's had. It's cool to see him in the playoffs. Tony, what was your takeaway from the weekend in general?
Well, I was right along with you with wanting to see the trade in, but I also thought the Steelers might sneak in. But unfortunately, I had to sit and watch. It's hard to tell because he's right about the 49ers, and then Minnesota is what Minnesota. I would not be surprised to see Minnesota fall.
I've picked the Giants to win that game.
Certain other games are going to be kind of interesting too. The Chargers and the Jaguars are going to be interesting.
Every game this weekend, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to throw this in there. Every game this weekend is a rematch. Every matchup this week, they have played each other at least once this season. Go ahead, Tony.
I think the only for certain game might be Baltimore and Bengals. I don't see Baltimore really making no noise there. But the Dolphins and the Bills, that's a division game. You know what I mean? That two are probably gonna crash the bed, but it's still a division game.
Yeah, I think Miami has a shot if Tua plays. I really think they could legit beat him if Tua plays.
Well, yeah, they have a better shot if he plays, but it's better shot if he play well. But if he get out there and he's still sick in the head, then remember the last time you seen him, he was. Come on now, that shit won't. Boy was punching him.
Oh, on Christmas,
yeah. He gotta go. What I'm saying is, you're right if he's healthy.
Should Giants beat Minnesota, they'll call it upset. But is it upset, really?
No, it ain't no damn upset. No. Think about it. The Giants and the Vikings played on Christmas Eve. What? It took the Vikings kicking a 59-yard field goal to win?
Yeah.
And Dable did the smart thing yesterday by not playing Daniel Jones or Saquon. It's funny, they rested all of their starters, and Kenny Golladay had to catch it today.
That's funny. And you know what? Like I said, I don't know what to expect from my game. Like what you been talking about, I don't know what to expect from my game. But I got like you said, for some funny fucking reason, I got the Eagles beating Minnesota, and no matter when losing goes,
you mean the Giants? You mean the Giants?
Yeah, the Giants beat Minnesota, and if win losing goes, no matter what they do, if they win, they got to be finished, right?
Right. Well, unless the only way the Giants wouldn't see the Eagles if they won is if Seattle beats San Francisco. Lowest seed plays the number 1 seed.
So the Giants not the lowest seed?
No, the Seahawks are the 7th seed.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, I can get that.
But I don't think the Seahawks are going to beat the 49ers. I do think that you're going to see Philly, New York round 3. Everybody was trying to pump up Philly versus Dallas, and this is what I told Tony last week. I said, even if y'all beat Tampa Bay, I said, I think whoever Minnesota plays is going to beat them. I think whoever Minnesota plays in the playoffs, which is the Giants, I think the Giants are going to win.
It's like, I don't know what these are like.
Well, what did y'all think of the Hamlin situation? Do you think? Okay, I know. First of all, I know both of you guys are just happy that he's doing better. Because that was scary. In effect, we saw somebody die on national television. They had to bring him back to life. Do you like the way the NFL not about them stopping the game, because I think they did the right thing, but as far as them not finishing that game, do you think they handled it right?
No, we already had this discussion. I told you what I thought they should do, and I actually thought that I think about the NFL testing thing, but I was wrong. They basically handed the number 1 seed to KC. That's not right.
Right.
You took the fight out of everything. You took the dog out of everything. You took everybody else's destiny out of their hands. You know what I'm saying? That's where that you know, when we have those side discussions that know how about shit being sometimes rigged, because in my opinion, what they should have did, they should have just backed everything up a week.
Well, yeah, me and
I
Tony literally had a whole podcast on this last Tuesday, and we in concert said the same thing. We thought that the NFL should back everything up a week and just, sacrifice the Super Bowl bye week. Because a lot of seeding got screwed over. I mean, you handed the number 1 seed to the Chiefs. You handed the AFC North to the Bengals, even though the Bengals beat the Ravens anyway. But the Bengals, you took away the Bengals' chance to be the number 2 seed.
Right.
And what doesn't...
I got it.
No, well, okay, so but you know about the neutral site thing, right? Does that make any sense to you guys? Tony, you go first.
It makes sense, but it still doesn't really balance anything out, because one of those teams could have been the number 1 seed, and then the neutral site thing is a moot point if you just back it up a week. Now, what I will say to that, it does, I guess, from on paper, make it look different in terms of KC having the number 1 seed, because you ain't got to go Arrowhead. So, if that's the case, if you end up in that position, you may not have to go to Arrowhead. So that's an advantage, depending on what the neutral site is.
Well,
hey, you know what?
Go ahead, Calvin.
I feel like that too, because remember, that's like when you talk about darker forces at work. Yeah, you ain't got to go to Arrowhead. You damn sure ain't got to go to Buffalo neither. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Buffalo, think about it. Take your mind off football. Think about how the weather in Buffalo has been. You know what I'm saying?
The weather in Buffalo is worse than Arrowhead.
It is. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. While we talk about darker forces at work, yeah, you take that up. Basically, it seemed like the only person got screwed was the Bengals, but
yeah, there was.
You know what I'm saying? But the others thing, they might have got, you know what I'm saying, screwed with. But the Bengals don't have their work for the win, and they 12 people fucking toe, and Kansas City don't have that noise. You know what I'm saying?
Well, since they're talking about a neutral site for a possible AFC Championship game, this is what doesn't make sense to me. Okay, if it's Kansas City and Buffalo or Kansas City and Cincinnati, it's a neutral site championship game. Fair enough. But the 2 teams that were directly affected was Buffalo and Cincinnati. So if Buffalo and Cincinnati win their first round playoff games, which I think they will, they would meet in the second round in Buffalo. Don't you think that game should be a neutral site game too?
I didn't even think about that. You're exactly right. Well,
because think about it. When they stop the game.
But if they win their first round game, if they both win their first round game,
yeah, they would meet up in the second round.
Buffalo is number 2.
Yes.
And
Cincinnati's number 3.
Cincinnati's number 3.
So they would meet in the second round.
Right. It's the same shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, I mean, if you want to be technical, when the game was stopped, the Bengals were winning. But yet the Bengals are going to have to go to Buffalo for a second round game. I don't think that's fair. I think that should be a neutral site game.
If they were dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's, they would have made it so that if any of those 3 teams meet at any point in the playoffs, You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to do it like that, like I agree with y'all. Just back it up a week and just call.
Well, yeah. Well, see, there's no way that Kansas City is going to see either Buffalo or Cincinnati anything short of the AFC Championship game. But Buffalo and Cincinnati could see each other next week.
I got you. Exactly.
What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, I you already know what I think. They should have pushed it back a week because the neutral site thing, you know, again, since the matchups take out that way, then that's a moot point. You know, that looks bad. So, yeah.
But here's the crazy part, fellas. Here's the crazy part. I don't think it's going to come to a neutral site because I don't believe either the Chiefs or the Bills are going to be in the AFC Championship game. Ha-ha.
Oh, yeah?
I do not think so. Because I think with my, and by the way, I am your Prediction League champion. I think, as your Prediction League champion, that the AFC Championship game is going to be between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, really?
Really, really.
Okay.
Meaning that I have, obviously, Cincinnati winning against the Ravens, winning against Buffalo, but I have the Chargers winning at Jacksonville and then winning in Arrowhead.
Okay. What you smoke? I mean, I'm just saying that's a lot of dominoes involved in it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, right now, I'm smoking some Black Velvet right now. That's what I'm smoking. I'm smoking some Black Velvet caramel flavor.
Okay. Man, don't get me wrong. That's you know.
I'll give you my reasoning. I'll give you my reasoning because I can understand. I understand. I'll give you my reasoning. One, Cincinnati's the hottest team in the AFC. The hottest team in the NFL is the 49ers. The Bengals haven't been beaten in 2 months. They've beaten Kansas City. They were. I mean, one thing that, you know, of course, we're all happy that we're all happy with the way the NFL handled the in-game situation against Buffalo by stopping the game. It was necessary. But Cincinnati, I believe Cincinnati was on the road to beating Buffalo. They did something that I haven't seen since the early 2000s. They won the coin toss. They didn't defer like everybody does. They said, give us the ball. They went straight down Buffalo's throat and walked right in the end zone. Like I said, they're the hottest team in the AFC. The Chargers have gotten healthy. As much as Brandon Staley tried to get his team injured yesterday, playing them at Denver when you had the 5 seed locked up, no reason to play him. Then Mike Williams gets carted off, dummy. But I do think that Mike Williams will play. I think they'll beat the Chargers. Look at their 2 games against the Chiefs. They were both they were 1-possession games. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. And I think now that if the Chargers go in there healthy enough, I mean, I'm talking about Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Parham, Gerald Everett, I think they can beat them. And their defense with Bosa and Khalil Mack, Derwin James, they're all healthy. I think they can beat them.
Right. But you basing the Cincinnati Buffalo outcome off a game that didn't finish.
No, I knew you were going to say that. I just think Buffalo does not look as unbeatable as they looked early in the season, as everybody predicted them to be. Now, you know, it felt good seeing Buffalo win yesterday, given all the circumstances, especially with the kick returns. That, to me, that was magic. But New England was right there with them. New England was right there. It's not like that, you know, Buffalo didn't win that game 35-3. Buffalo was actually losing the game in the fourth quarter. And I see Burrow. Look, Tony will tell you, I've been on Cincinnati since before their Super Bowl run last year. It's something about them damn Bengals are the most, with offensive skill position players. I've been saying this for the last year. I'll say it again. Cincinnati has the best collection of offensive skill talent players in football. And they put it together. I didn't think they'd go to the Super Bowl last year. But yeah, I think they will host the AFC Championship game. What do you think, Tony? I haven't heard your opinion.
I think that O-line will get back behind them.
Talking about Lyle Collins' injury?
Huh?
Talking about the Lyle Collins injury?
Yeah.
You could very well be right. But I look at it like this. Their offensive line was 10 times shittier last year, and they were able to win 2 road games on the way to the Super Bowl, including one in Arrowhead.
Yeah, but last year you was just the same old Bengals on come up. Niggas know you coming now though. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I want what you say. I really want what you say to be right. I'm just throwing in I'm just you know.
And plus, I think the loss of Von Miller for Buffalo is going to hurt them in the playoffs as far as having a closer.
So that's what the fuck I'm talking about. You're right, Jazz. Okay, I got you there. How long he been gone?
He been gone since Thanksgiving. I think that will hurt them in the end because Buffalo is very vulnerable. They still don't have a running. This is why Kansas City don't want to see Cincinnati, because Cincinnati has something that Cincinnati has something that Buffalo really doesn't. A run game. Yes, an actual run game. They can control the clock. They can keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands a way that Buffalo cannot do. Trust me. You saw how 13 seconds, right? 13 seconds last postseason, right? You gave Patrick Mahomes 13 seconds, got him in position to kick a field goal. This year, when the Bengals played the Chiefs again, when Cincinnati got the ball with 3 minutes left, up by 3, Mahomes never saw it again.
That's right. You're right, man. Look at you.
Oh, bro, I keep trying to tell y'all niggers. This is what I do. Y'all don't be understanding.
You asked us about our game. Let me ask you about our game. Who do you think gonna win?
Say what? Oh, who do I think is going to win y'all game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm borrowing Tom Brady this weekend. Tampa's winning. Tom Brady is going to save the world one more time. I'd put it this way. Dallas was Tampa Bay's first win of the season, and it's going to be Tampa Bay's last win of the season. I'm sure Tony disagrees with me, but he's not. I know he's not surprised.
He was gonna pick that irregardless.
Yeah, exactly.
That was gonna be your pick irregardless. That's why you say that. It's gonna be non-technical. It's gonna be the pick irregardless.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I said this about a month ago when I first said, you know what, Tampa's gonna see Dallas in the first round. Tampa's looked so up and down, but the way Dallas has looked the last 4 games, particularly with that defense, I'm like, because remember, what did we say a couple weeks ago, Tony? We said actually the harder game would be Carolina, right? Because of how physical they run the ball. But Dallas is like, they're banged up. Their defense has not looked good over the last month.
Well, you said they got all them injuries, but remember what me and you talked about as far as like them is how they defense is structured. And I remember having a conversation with you when they first got that boy for the defense coordinator. He's like, they're gonna be structured a lot like this season boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from when we were talking about using the front four, great pressure and great turnovers. I'm coming, I get it. And but how what's his name? Dan Quinn, right?
Yeah, Dan Quinn.
Ain't that the same?
Dan Quinn, yeah.
It's really inverted. It's like the coverage creates a lot of sacks. But you saying y'all don't have this defensive back, so that kind of makes sense why if they back start getting hurt, if they defensive back start getting hurt like a month ago and they don't look the same, then that's probably go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
If this was early, I
really want my team to win. Like I'd give somebody anything I work with less than 10 for us to win.
Bro,
but I'm just trying to be.
I promise you, if this was 4 weeks ago, I would pick Dallas. I would have picked Dallas to win the game. No bias, honestly, because to me, Tampa Bay has played like shit all season. I mean, they won the division. They're in the play. They're the only team in the playoffs with a losing record. But I'm looking at the way that Dallas has been playing over the last month. This isn't me cowboy hating. This is the way that Dallas is playing the last month.
Here's your problem with the team. The quarterback 2 and 3, and Quinn likes to play a lot of man. And that right side is wide open. And then
In the middle, Hankins, Carlos, Watkins being out. Those are your run stuffing deep tackles and Banderas being out, your middle linebacker. So, yeah, that's the problem right there.
And I didn't even know that grass fact until today as well. And it makes sense. Now, if I'm gonna tell you, bro, if Dallas was playing the Vikings, I would pick Dallas. I promise I would pick Dallas. But the way they played over the last month, the grass thing, okay. I mean, whatever. Tampa Bay has been a Jekyll and Hyde team all season, but something is telling me that it's gonna be late in that damn ball game, and Tom Brady gonna have the ball last with a chance to win the game. What you think is gonna happen?
They're gonna have the ball last because Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore, they're gonna have 3rd and 1, and instead of running the ball, they're gonna throw it.
Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if I have a saving grace, if I have any saving grace in that game, if anybody got my back in that motherfucking game, it's Mike McCarthy. It's Mike motherfucking McCarthy. Come on now, he done did it time. Hey, Brady done did it time after time. Hey, I ain't thinking about that shit. Hey, he done did it time after time after time.
And I'm glad that you come to that realization, sir.
McCarthy? You talking about more consistently, right? Come on, Mike. Come on, bro. Come on one more time, baby. Fuck it up for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I didn't even think about that shit, man. He is over there. He is over there.
That's literally cost us a couple games. Clock management has cost us this season.
I ain't think about this.
They cost us, what, 3 games? 3 games?
Yep.
4 clock management. Not knowing situational football.
Everybody put that shit on. Everybody put that shit on Dak last year with y'all, but they forget to play before that with the front team. What the front team running out before and running back off and some shit like that. Remember? I guess you got it.
Yes, I do. I mean, well, look,
Remember?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. That 49ers game was only close at the end because of Jimmy Garoppolo, for real. Really shouldn't come down to no clock management. But
I'm just saying though, like they put that after it was all said and done, it was like, oh, how could that kind of know the niggas supposed to touch the ball, this and the third? But before that, it was a coaching pitch. It was some shit he did. Have the front thing run on and run off and some shit like that. Remember?
I do.
Okay. He said he did that.
But you know what? But brothers, while I got y'all on the phone, regular season is over, and yes, I want to get your playoff picks at least for next week. Tony, I'll start with you. Who you got versus Seattle versus San Francisco?
I think it's going to be closer than people expect, but San Fran's going to win it. But I think it's going to be closer.
Calvin, same question.
I want to go with Seattle and be right with it. And like that's where I want to be, but I think San Fran the problem. They still got a little bit of that. They still got a little bit of that bubble left.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Los Angeles Chargers at Jacksonville.
Chargers.
All right, Calvin. He called the Chargers. Who you got?
I don't know. I think Jacksonville.
Okay. Miami at Buffalo.
Bills.
Yeah.
I hope Tua plays that game. I really do.
I hope he playing healthy. Don't make these people tired.
I pick Buffalo too, but I really think if Tua plays, they can beat him. New York Giants at Minnesota.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say Minnesota.
You're not confident in that, but okay.
Oh man,
I'm not confident in that, but Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson, and so I'll take Minnesota.
I'm going Giants. I'm going with the Giants.
interesting thing about the Chargers Jacksonville game, both Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert making their playoff debuts. How about that? Baltimore at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I hope Lamar comes back and plays that game too, though.
I can't wait for you to call me and say Lamar's with us. So go ahead.
And finally, Dallas at Tampa.
You know, I'm taking my boys to fight that.
Yeah. You know what I'm.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
I think it's funny because I think that game come down, and that's why I say the Mike McCarthy factor, because clearly we can beat Tampa Bay, but it's always something. It's always something. Hopefully, coaching will get it together.
I forgot all. I'll be honest with you. I forgot all about my. I sacrificed the Dubs trying to win this game this week, but I forgot all about him. I wouldn't have had it in all this week. That's all right. I forgot.
Now, I wanted to ask y'all a serious question. Did y'all see that Dana White video?
No.
Dana White, the owner of the UFC, New Year's video where his wife whispers something into his wife's ear. His wife slaps him, and then he slaps her back twice.
I mean, you know, they have that kind of relationship, you know.
I'm not for hitting women, but I'm supposed to keep your hands to your fucking self, especially if you know I'm in the UFC business. I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but I don't want nobody hitting nobody. Well, we gotta stop. I know this, but it's
context matters, and without context, we don't know exactly what was. But in terms of the comment about hitting women, look, man, this ain't go back to Three Stooges. You seen Curly woman slap Curly too, slap her ass like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with that, but it's not like that's why we lose. I feel like it's all some of this shit that we be fighting for, say we fighting for, or stand for gets diluted. Because sometimes we think certain people can just do whatever the fuck they want because we're not supposed to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to just hit Brandon. You can't hit nobody and expect not to get hit. Like, why is it when somebody hits somebody, the thing that shocks them the most is they get hit the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shocks them the most. It's like, oh my God. Like, man, you don't think that you put your hands on somebody, another human being, there's not a slight chance that they might hit you back?
I brought that up.
As a woman, put your hands on me. You know what I'm saying?
I brought that up because of the reason why I answered that question is because you guys answered the question for me before y'all even made y'all response. You hadn't heard about it. It's been covered up so well. I say that because Dana White, very powerful owner of the UFC, I'm not trying to be funny, he's not a black man. And I'm saying, I heard about it on one little 5-minute segment on First Take, which didn't surprise me because UFC is in bed with ESPN. But what do you think? Let me ask you something. Y'all didn't hear about it, right? Do you think you would have heard about it if Kyrie Irving had did it? Or LeBron James? Or Michael Jordan?
Hell yeah, but not probably not. You probably heard about it more than Michael Jordan, or more than Michael Jordan didn't do what they right. Because number one, it's a different sport. But it'll be like you can't compare them. I don't feel like you can compare them. Now let's say Michael Jordan hit somebody. Let's say somebody in the NBA, an owner in the NBA did, and then Michael Jordan did it. And yeah, you probably hear about it more. You know what I'm saying? You definitely hear about it all the time with Kyrie Irving. If Kyrie Irving don't pay his fucking taxes, then you don't hear about it right now.
Right.
You know Kyrie Irving doing anything right now. If he do anything short, he's gonna do it right now. But it's also for this. But you exactly right. I agree. Why do you think they buried, and I'm gonna keep talking about this, and you know why? Why do you think they fucking tried to bury Deshaun Watson?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you caught Kraft in the Broncos with a pineapple up his ass, and everybody say no shit about that. You know what I'm saying? You heard about that shit, and then it went away. You know what I'm saying? Because it's you eat what's in the fucking fishbowl.
That's really why I asked that question, because I just wanted to show you guys how the goalpost is being moved back. Y'all caught it.
Yeah, okay, and such, yeah. So it boils down to that almighty God. That boy ain't not some people, man. They just knew who he was playing with and who he was fucking with. And when they wanted to piss him off and when they wanted to shit on him, they made them do all this. So think about it. Why would it, if the brand was buying him to all that money, why wouldn't they settle with him? No, the Texas side settle with him because they let them out the cage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Tony, what do you think?
I mean, we had this conversation before, and I mean, the media is going to media. They're going to cover what they're going to cover, and ESPN ain't the only show in town. So, I mean, again, it is what it is. They're going to cover what they're going to cover. They're going to scandalize what they're going to scandalize. In terms of that situation, you know, on that without knowing the context again. Because I'm looking at it right now, and that chick was drunk.
Everybody was drunk.
Yeah. I mean, she looks drunk, and it actually does look like you can't. It's hard to tell when he's mouthing, but it looks like she's saying, "Stop it." To me, that's what it looks like. She's saying to her, "Stop."
And that's okay. So if that's true, if this woman is hitting him and he say stop and she don't stop, what is she supposed to do? What if she supposed to do? She's supposed to let her put his fucking out? No. Why stop? Let me ask you this. Did she stop after he hit her?
He hit her twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, it was people in front. It was people around them too. So you know, people jumped in the middle of it.
Okay. All right. But she stopped him. Okay. That's what I want to know. That's all I want to know.
I'm kind of at a point with things with like that because everybody, you know, got the girlfriend or the wife, big mama that feel like because I'm a woman, I can throw them hands at you, and I'm a woman, so you ain't supposed to retaliate. Well, and then they escalate by picking up a weapon, picking up a knife, picking up some scissors, whatever the fuck they want to pick up, and still claim that I'm a woman. Nah, bitch, you a weapon wielding maniac. And that's what I'm saying. But my thing to that is, you feel like you can do everything else a man can do. Well, then you can take that slap back if you gonna slap. Then you can take that slap back. Those Three Stooges saying the slap, and Curly was slapping back in a heartbeat if they slap him. So you know, it is what it is.
All right. Well, look, like I said, I asked that question because my thing was the coverage, the amount of coverage that was got on it, or the lack of coverage, as opposed to if it was one of us and we were in the same position of power, the coverage would have been a lot more. It would have been a lot more. But like you said, the media is gonna media, and you know it is what it is.
And she hit him with the rabbit slap, boy. She was there with the. his thing is just literally, you know what I mean, a reaction. And she came back at him again, and he just back. And it was like, all this took place over, 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, so I get it. I get it, and he's pushing her away, and she's still trying to come at him. I get it.
Hey, I asked Sean about this. Sean said that he probably whispered in her ear, "You see that chick over there? She got a fat ass. You want to fuck her?" He said she probably tried to slap him because of that. I mean, you drunk, you in Mexico, what's coming out your mouth? But anyway, fellas, y'all good? Huh?
I'm like looking at this again, and she's saying something, and he's pushing her hands down. I guess he anticipates she's about to bring them hands up. I mean, you should be able to block that. You've seen that joint coming.
She about to put the paws on him. But anyway, fellas, look, I'm gonna get out of here. about to do some old dad stuff, but I will be in touch with both of you brothers. Oh, who you got tonight? TCU or Georgia?
I'm just gonna go with the Frogs, just because.
Frogs over Dogs. Who you got, Calvin?
I don't think he's there anymore. He ain't talked in a minute.
He hasn't talked in a minute. Damn. Okay. Why? I'm rooting for the Frogs too.
I'm gonna give you a part shot, right? And this is why he's not the GOAT. Because the Wild have been crying that now you won't be traded again.
Who's crying? Who? You talking about Tom Brady?
LeBron.
Oh. Hey, the Lakers playing some ball though, bruh.
Yeah, but he want to be traded still.
Well, if you want to trade him, bye, nigga.
But the thing is, I wouldn't give up I'll be honest, I wouldn't give up jack shit for him.
You wouldn't give up what?
I wouldn't give up jack shit for him at this point.
Oh no.
All the teams that are contenders, they straight.
The Lakers and the Lakers not gonna trade him. The Lakers ain't gonna trade him.
My fault saying that. Who y'all talking about?
Oh no, I just asked, who do you have, TCU or Georgia in the national championship game?
Shit, I think Georgia. I think Georgia.
Okay. Well, look. Yeah, and the Lakers ain't gonna trade LeBron. You can forget about that.
I'm gonna tell you something else funny, right? We were talking about the Cleveland thing. I don't understand the Chicago Bulls. Like you lose, but you play when you play. We play the Celtics tonight. We up 2-1 in the series. Don't be surprised when we beat the Celtics and turn around and lose to Sacramento the next day.
Hey, Sacramento's actually good this year, though.
Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it. We can beat the Nets, we can beat all the top teams, but we can't beat the scrubs.
Playing down to the competition.
I think it comes down to that whole light skin explosion that you talked about, Brandon. The NBA. Remember when we were talking about how light skin, how Steph Curry and them. Did we talk about that, or did I just text you? Zach LaVine is like right damn near white, so he should be getting all the calls. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Did we talk about that, or did I just text you that when I was drunk one night?
You text me that when you was drunk.
Yeah, I was like, Mahomes and Curry, man, the coolest light skin, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of light. I'm up to try, so it ain't like I'm bad for light skin people. You know what I'm saying? But I know sometimes, sometimes we with it, sometimes we ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just joking. I don't know what's going on.
You stupid.
But I just know there's a lot of more light-skinned brothers in the NFL and the NBA than there have ever been. I mean, like, think about it, Brad. Hey, think about it, man. Before Curry, nigga, you got deep niggas. Come on, now. You got. When the last time you saw him? Come on, man. Come on, now. Think about it. You sit back and you sip your fucking rum and you think about this shit. You got light-skinned people in positions you never saw them in. Think about this shit. Especially worse, you got fucking Anthony Barr. You had a fucking light skinned outside 3-4 linebacker. Come on, they was all dark like Lawrence Taylor. But no.
Hey man.
Or it could be they all the same age. Back in the 90s, a lot of people was doing a lot. After, you know what? It might not have been Curry and fucking Mahomes. It could have been the movie Jungle Fever.
That's actually where I was going with it. That's where I was going with it. That's where I was going with it.
The best linebacker, in my opinion, and I love MP11, but the best linebacker to me in the league is dark skin, and it's Roquan.
Oh, Roquan Smith.
Yes, sir. He is the best linebacker. Now, we ain't talking about hybrid dudes, defensive ends, just straight up linebacker.
Well, the best safety to me in the NFL, and you can call me biased, I don't give a fuck. He led the league in interceptions. Justin Simmons, light, bright, damn near wide. Justin Simmons. No, I said the best safety. Justin Simmons from my Broncos.
I can't argue that.
Justin Simmons be balling. That's all right. When we get Sean Payton as our head coach, he's gonna bring back Vic Fangio as his defensive coordinator. We're gonna be right back in it.
Sean Payton's not walking that bitch with no draft pick. I think y'all getting Jim Harbaugh.
We ain't getting no damn Jim Harbaugh. Tell you that right now.
Dan Quinn is still on y'all. You hear about Florian though, right?
Yeah, I did.
Browns, maybe.
I did. But anyway, fellas, I will holler at y'all through the week.
Hamlin is okay enough to fly, so they took him to Buffalo.
Say what?
Damar Hamlin, they took him to Buffalo, so apparently he's in stable enough condition to have flown.
Oh yeah, he got released. Yeah, he got released today. Yeah, he got released out the hospital today. That's good news. Definitely good news. But fellas, I will get at y'all. This is fun. Three-way talk was fun. I will definitely. I will do it like this more often.
Yes, sir.
Y'all take y'all time. Y'all gonna hate each other for the next 6 days, but we all brothers. All right. My man Tony and Big C. Yes, I was able to get in 4 interviews on 2 3-way calls. How about that? And with that being said, with a buzzer. I have saved every single episode of Sports Plus Life since the beginning of the football season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a kind of Sports Plus Life prediction league memorabilia or greatest hits little highlight package of, some of the moments from the 18-week regular season. And Calvin's work interview is going to be on it. But be that as it may, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their week. It's your boy, Brandon Brevon Towns. Definitely hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life family, as well as the DJ Braveezy family, all under one umbrella. You become part of the Brevon Towns family. You can find all the DJ Braveezy stuff. And I have more mixes and more playlists that I'm going to come out with. And like I said, Sean is trying to pull me back into the music game. He's trying his best. We linking up tomorrow anyway. But again, it's your boy, Brandon Brevon Towns. This has been another episode of Sports Plus Life, a very long episode of Sports Plus Life. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm out this bit. Peace, and I love you.